Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, yeah, welcome to another day of StarCraft 2. We are going to be watching quite a lot of professional players today in the Kashynical Open Cup, a tournament created and hosted by the two members of the Liquipedia squad, the editing squad, the people that are keeping us all in the know and in the scoop of knowledge. The sacred fruit that we are allowed to eat from Liquipedia. Thanks to these guys who are keeping everything updated. Kashim and Cynical Death, of course. Together, they create the Kashynical Open Cup. And, well, there you go. We're going to be waiting a little bit here. 2 to 3 minutes, I just heard, until the final brackets, of course. There is a 2-minute delay on the stream as well. Hence why you're only seeing the countdown happening about 2 minutes later after, well, yeah, 6:02. I don't know if anyone would have noticed if I didn't point that out, but you know what? There you go. I'll let you be in the scoop as well, as long as we're talking about considerable knowledge things and stuff like that. Let me try to find everything here. Oh my dear lord, there's a lot of people that did sign up for this tournament. I wonder if all of them have actually signed in. But just to kind of run down the list here of people that are expected to join. We have Bly, Moja, Rodzin, Deep Thought, Pappy, Mechanics, Liquid Mana, Gast, Gerald, Honsking, I hope I'm saying that right, probably not. Sol Parting is actually that. Parting the big boy, he's named in this one. Cristiana Elegancioso. I'm really putting a number on my pronunciation here. Mixu Jumi. Man, alright, I should have practiced this actually beforehand. 3DB. That is 3D clan, of course, B. Maiken Art Hukuro. Kure, Zipper the Fly, Justice Simon, Exo Striker, Vanya, Kelgas, Killis, Cyan, Marsman, Max Pax, Ziomek, and Bystalk. Look at all those names that are in the queue right now, wanting to join at least. Let's see if they all actually also check in and get everything ready. As long as the bracket goes live at that time, we will have a good moment where we will be able to see who's playing against who. But yeah, if Cure and Parting, both of them actually join this tournament, this could be quite an interesting one actually. A little bit of an EU versus the Korean scene here. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We're going to be trying to catch as much of the games as possible, of course. And we're going to try to potentially just follow one person around mostly. And just in the spirit of trying to keep things rolling smoothly as quickly as possible here. Where did I put my Twitch chat? Where is this bugger? There he is. Thank you. Alright, I found it again. Just making sure that we're still linked up to the stream as well. Yes we are. Alright, that's very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. I guess a lot of people are going to be watching Liquid Mana, of course, from his personal view and his personal take. That would be nice. Anyway. Yeah, we're getting things started here. Let's take a look. The bracket is live now, so if you do want to know the bracket, it is right over here. I'll put it in the chat myself, actually, just to help you guys out here. Let's take a look. Right, is who got kicked out? Cure's actually still there. Parting is in there still as well. Parting is going to be playing against Mechanics. Should we just try to follow Parting around here? Or maybe Skillis Mike, and that could be a good one too. And then we'll go into the one, whoever wins that one will have to fight against Cure. Let's try to catch that one actually. That could be a pretty good one. Yeah, let's try it. I'm going to be trying to join those two, and when we do, we might have a nice little bit of momentum going. Alright, if you do want me to join one specific thing, by the way, please do let me know. And let me know in time as well, because of the 2-minute delay, it might be a little bit tricky for me to try and keep up with everything that's happening there, of course. Let me put this over here still so I can read everything and have an eye out on the oops as well. Alright. Alright, we could also try to follow Art around. That could be a good one too. Kind of try and see where he ends up in this tournament. Art versus Kelgar? Yeah, sure, actually. You know what? They are here anyway, so... Just gonna ask Art to invite me, and if he doesn't, well, then we'll go with Plan B, Skillis, and... That's fine. We'll go with Art. We'll go with Art. We know he's a good player. We know that he's from Alpha X as well, so it would make sense to kind of follow him around here at the start. His opponent is not here. Is not there. It looks like. Oh, okay. Who is his opponent right now? Kelgar. Kelgar. Ah. Versus Maiken. Let's see. Let's see if Skillis will allow us into the game. It depends if Maiken is here, of course. All the matches will be a best of 3 up until the point of the grand finals, which will be a best of 5. So we're looking forward to that one where things really get heated, of course. People are playing for a little bit of a prize pool. We have a Matcherino page as well, which you can join. Wait, why is Cure asking for Zipper the Fly? Did the bracket change? Is that Cure? Right? I don't think he's playing against Zipper the Fly right now. Oh well. So we still have a little bit of downtime here. I'm sorry, guys. We're still waiting for these players to sort out their messaging with their opponents and getting everything sorted, of course. So there you go. It's nice to see that they're both here, though, on the EU server, just looking for opponents. That's pretty cool to see. Who else could I join? Who else could I join? Parting, maybe. I need to change servers though, but it might be worth it. Might be worth it. Who else could we... Justice Simon versus Ziomac. That might leave me up in a strange spot though, because they're already in the round of 2. So that means I would definitely have a little bit of downtime there. Parting's game already started now as well. That's a bit unfortunate. Alright, I mean... Alright, sorry guys, I'm just talking to my my buddy Art here. I don't know if I should call him my buddy. Cheering him on. Anyway, alright, so how are we all doing today? I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're enjoying, well, StarCraft 2 overall. Probably you do, otherwise you probably wouldn't have joined here. Let me just see if everything is still updated. So we are looking to join either Odd versus Galgar or Skillis versus Maiken. Trying to find Maiken as well. I'm not quite sure where he is. I mean, he did check in, so he should be around. And Art, his opponent, Kelgar, also not here just yet. As far as I can see. That's very unfortunate. The two people I talk to have opponents that aren't yet in the lobby. Maybe they're in the lobby on a different server, that could be. It could be. Who knows? Anyway. Alright, they are EU main. Who knows? Maybe Kelgar and Mike are not together on the US server and just sitting there in a channel together like, oh, I don't know what's happening here. That's crazy. Anyway, if any of you know Kelgar or Maiken and you got their contact information, please do contact them and tell them to get their accounts online on the EU server in StarCraft 2 so that we can get these videos going and then ultimately get these games going, which would obviously be preferable for everyone involved here. I'm not sure how long a walkover takes either. Man, this is very unfortunate. You're not on NA. Ah, alright. I see, I see. See how long we wait for walkovers here. Man, this is upsetting, isn't it? Jeez Louise. Let's just let Skillus and Art play it against each other. 6 minutes left. Alright, so they have 6 minutes left to show up. Either that, or we're going to be watching either Art versus Marsman or Cure versus Skillus. I suppose Cure versus Skillus is a little bit higher grade. Potentially. It will be played on the US server though, so we'll have to switch over. But I mean, that is fine. That's fine with me. They'll be playing on the US. Let me see actually. US Central, I believe. Yeah. It will be Central. So if anyone from the Korean side of the world, so either Zealand or anything like that versus EU are playing, they will be playing on US Central. If EU versus NA is playing, then we will be playing on EU. Obviously, NA versus NA can go onto the US servers, and Central NA for, well, oh wait, no, Central US. Alright, yeah, that's for NA versus NA. And then NA versus Korea, or whatever around that region, will be playing on US West, trying to make that as fair as possible. Obviously, it's not always possible within the confines of the online world of gaming. So, 6 minutes left. So we need to wait up until, well, just a little bit longer, I suppose, unfortunately. Looks like Max Pax absolutely tore through Deep Thought there in the end. Went 2-0 against Deep Thought. Moving onwards against Vanya now. Playing against him. Vanya, where is Vanya? Is Vanya here at Hall either? I don't know if he is. Anyway. Kelgar, yikes. Alright. Skillus, Maiken. I mean, yeah, I would definitely prefer Cure and versus Skillus. I mean, I believe in Art. He will beat Marsman, and then he'll move on to fight against either Skillus or Cure. And we'll have to wait and see what happens between those two. But yeah, I believe we can sit out one game for Art, and he will carry on through. Of course, the entire tournament is single elimination. There's only a winner's bracket. There's no loser bracket in this one. So every best of 3 is fighting for your life here, and we'll have to make sure that well, every player will have to make sure that they give it their all in the best of 3, or else, of course, be knocked out here immediately. Okay. Oh, this is awkward. I wish we would have started this a while ago. StarCraft 2, Battle.net, that is Vanya. Vanya apparently online somewhere. Alright. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, thank you all for your patience so far. It's a little bit unfortunate. I had 2 matches that I had my eye on out of the 5, and apparently both of them are the ones where the opponent isn't showing up here, so... you know, that happens sometimes. Anyway, I could do a little bit of adjusting here, actually. I can boot this up a little bit here, the volume, I think. That should be fine. Let's see, everything is okay in the volume. Yeah, it seems okay. That seems good. I'll be able to get away with moving this up a bit as well. Alright. So how are we all doing today? Did you guys manage to catch Trap vs Innovation this morning? Seemed to be pretty cool. I also heard there was a match between Maru and Dark going on, but then Maru was playing Zerg and Dark was playing Terran. Apparently this happened on Crank's stream, which seems pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to watching that one, but there's so much stuff I still gotta watch. There's a lot of stuff overall, man. A lot of TV shows I need to catch up with. There's some Pylon episode, the Pylon show episodes that I want to try and catch up with as well. And yeah. Also, there's Vikings. I don't know if you guys know about that show. It's a pretty good show. Going out pretty soon. Yeah, Cure is playing Dust. We're trying to catch him. Like, I'm trying to work my magic towards him, right? So I had 2 matches that potentially could kind of lead into a position where we would get to see Cure. Unfortunately, both of those people, their opponents weren't here, so we need to wait here a little bit. Also, there's a 2-minute delay, so it's a little bit slow with getting back to you, unfortunately. But hopefully, you are a patient lot. After all, you do play StarCraft 2, and StarCraft 2 takes a lot of patience, so it just makes sense that we have a patient group of people. Anyway. Cure versus Skillus. Alright, walkovers have been given. Cure versus Skillus. I mean, that should be good. That should be good. Sorry, Art. I'm sorry, Art. Anyway, yes, Skillus versus Cure. Let's see what will happen there. Of course, they will have to go to the US server. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, no, Bel Air is joining that one too. Alright, anyway. I swear, guys, we're gonna be watching some StarCraft pretty soon here. It's been a little while. Cure is here, right? Please tell me he didn't go AFK. Alright, there we go. There we go. We're switching. We're switching. We're doing it, boys. We're getting into the game. Oh my god, it's happening. It really is happening. I promise you. We've had a moment here of pure waitingness, but we're almost there now. And we will be going into the first game. Man, that was some unfortunate stuff. Join the right channel. Oh. I'm in too many channels, of course. Of course I am. There we go. Oh boy. Please don't tell me they already started. Okay, no. Whew. Whew. Yeah. That would have been rough. Alright, we're all here. We're all set. We're looking for it. It's Cure versus Killers. Our first match of today. Hopefully the winner of this one will be fighting against Art. Either Art or it will be Marsman. Marsman, a fellow Dutchman. I'll be casting him as well in the Dutch StarCraft League upcoming Sunday. So I'm already looking forward to whoever gets to play against these guys. But of course, Skillers versus Cure. That's just not a match I want to pass up upon right now. Skillers, really, really strong Protoss opponent right now. Cure, of course, a very solid Terran from Korea. That definitely has quite a nice punch. So we're gonna see what he can do. We're playing on the US Central as well, so both these players, remember that they have a little bit of latency, more so than that they are used to. So let's hope that they both are able to deal with it. Come on, little overlay thingamajig, there you go. Alright, in the bottom right side of the map we have a red Terran player looking feisty from Korea. He is Cure. Nobody really expected him to join this tournament, but here he is, and his opponent is the blue Protoss in the top left side of the map. He is Skillers. Let's see what he will be able to do against this, well, Grandmaster Korean from the Terran race. He's looking to make a regular, good old block off for that Reaper, of course. Very standard stuff so far. In the bottom right, we are watching pretty much doing very normal things as well. What server is it? Oh boy. We might have to make a redo. Don't feel like Central for me. Oh. Oh. Are we gonna be switching here? Is there a switch gonna happen? I don't know. Apparently, Skill is already having a little bit of trouble here. Who did host? I don't know. Cure. Cure hosted. Ah. Wait, we're all allowed to talk as well. We can try to re. I mean, nothing too interesting happens just yet, I suppose. Let's take a look. I don't know if Cure actually hosted it on NA Central, or if he just went with the preferred server. Alright, we go re. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Just a little bit more delay. That's alright. We didn't mind. We didn't mind at all, do we? No. It's all good. It's all good. We're just having a ball here. Alright, Cure versus Killers. Come on. We're gonna get things started this time around. Cure did get the host initially. Starting it up. Probably, I mean, for him would be the preferred server would be West, of course, US West. Skillers apparently saying that it didn't really feel like US Central for him. I guess Cure wasn't sure and he just wants to be a nice guy. It's a little bit unfortunate, of course, because Skillers did get to send his first probe out, which feels a little bit A little bit iffy, right? So he did go for the scout. He did see that Kjør didn't go for any type of proxy. Maybe that's a slight advantage there. I don't know if it is, but we'll have to wait and see anyway. Looks like I will be getting the responsibility here to make a central map. We're going to be looking at Triton. Control Alt F. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late, Sushi. You're too late, buddy. Why is it not showing the maps? Triton, there it is. Okay. Let me get all the other guys in here as well. There we go. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Game number 1 starting again. Bam! Who cares about consistency? We're just getting things started now, guys. It doesn't matter too much. Right? Kjør versus Skillis. I mean, it's still the same place. It's still the same map. Still the same... Probably... You know what? Things were going as standard as they could have been going, right? So it's like... it's potato, potato. Nothing really too bad happening here. Alright, so in the first game we go... So you say Control Alt F. Oh god. Yeah, Central United States. There we go. So we are on the Central United States this time around. Alt actually does this for me. Skip through my bases, so it's a hard key for me to press. Anyway, let's do this one more time. In the top left side of the map, we have the Korean Terran player. He is blue and he is Kjør. His opponent in the bottom right, it is the Protoss. He is red. He is Killers. Alright. 100% sure that we are on US Central this time around. Kjør trying to sneakily get himself an advantage. Potentially. Probably not. Just didn't really fully realize, probably. I can check myself in game so you are aware. Yeah, I know now, Sushi. I know now. I'm gonna forget the hotkey again later on, though, to be fair. But, you know what, that's why you're here. It's unfortunate that we did have to delay, otherwise I would have been able to tell the guys in the game as well. But oh well, we're just having a ball anyway. Right, there comes the orbital command into the... getting himself some television from back home. Reaper is gonna get constructed as well. Stuff is going as regular as always. It's a little bit unfortunate for Kjør to be spawning in the top left now, though. Of course, it's a little bit easier for the Terran player to not have his add-on being picked off by the Protoss player on this side of the map, on the other one. Right here, having the add-on be part of the wall, maybe a little bit of a slight disadvantage. Other than that, you know what, it's fine, it's okay. It's not really going to influence anything here. Skillis, this is something new, right? We haven't seen this been going on for that long. A little probesy hiding in the mineral patches. Going to try to see if there is in fact a, well, anything going on here. Luckily, the anti-probe brigade is here, and the Marine is going to get that kill, actually, quite handedly. A little bit of a slower response here from Skillis. I think he was busy trying to get rid of the either a probe from his natural, so he wouldn't die to the Reaper here, but... oh, well, yeah, pretty good stuff so far. I mean, losing the one scouting probe is not the most essential thing. He does have a sentry now, of course, so he will be able to get a hallucination across the map pretty soon. Cure did see the Twilight Council, which is a pretty big, nice tell. That means that he will be able to feel a little bit more comfortable getting his units across the map here without without being in fear of an Oracle just suddenly popping up into his main base and destroying absolutely everything. So yeah, good stuff so far by both these players. And still kind of going equally. There it is, the hallucinated Phoenix. Let's join him on a journey through the icy world of Triton. So we're just waiting for him to figure out what really is in this base. How many production facilities there are here. If he's going for more barracks than usual. Doesn't really see. Alright, yeah. I mean, it's regular stuff, I guess, so far. Doesn't see that there's a reactor or any type of add-on right here on either the factory or the starport. So that on itself already kind of indicates that it will be Widowmine drop, right? Because otherwise, if it were Hellions, most likely you would have the factory on the reactor here. So you would be able to have 4 Hellions, because 2 Hellions not as deadly as 2 Widowmines, of course. And, well, he knows that it's not Raven because there's no tech lab there. So already you can kind of assume that it is, of course, a medevac with the Widowmines here. In a way. It's a reasonable assumption here, and that is what he is prepping for now as well. Look at that, the Stalkers on the right side. Also a couple of Stalks in the main base still remaining, looking out. I like this Reaper placement as well. Getting ready to pounce maybe on top of the natural base. Cure dropping a couple of Widowmines here. First of all, in the main base, trying to get that medevac out. Sometimes you don't expect the 3rd Widowmine, and we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh, actually, gets the kill on the Widowmine before it gets to shoot there. Was there an observer anywhere? Oh, yeah, there was. Alright, so that's why it actually got killed off, even though it was in the ground there. Alright, Cure getting all of his economy in order here as well. The Reaper making it a little bit more difficult for Skillis than he would like it to be to get himself that 3rd base. The Reaper going in for a final scout, final destination style. I didn't really care too much about his life anymore at that point, apparently. And needed a cure for those orders were absolutely quite, how do you call this, Mensk-esque as far as humanitarian goes. Anyway. Nice upgrades coming out of Cure here. +1. Combat shield as well. Of course, the stim on the way too. It's going to have a reasonable amount of medevacs joining with this Bioforce. I believe he has 2 right now, so that's an alright number for Widowmines as well. Still having these 2 Widowmines alive, a very big deal. The Sentry here did see quite a bit of those Bioforces moving outwards, so I'm pretty sure he is aware that something is coming his way right now. Let's take a look at the production tab. He is making a shield battery at the 3rd base, just to be safe here. I think that's a good position. He can always retreat, even if he is defending his natural with this shield battery. So good job there. Getting his Colossi out and a extended thermal lens as well as the charge. Kurdo, on the other hand, he's just chilling for now. He's just getting still ready. Wants to make sure that that command center is ready to be lifted up. Before he actually leaves it. Otherwise, having to cancel this one, of course, might be quite deadly for him in a situation like this. Let's take a look overall. We can see, wow, he had a pretty big advantage there for a moment. Probably when Skillis, of course, had to run away with all his probes for the Widowmines. And that's kind of where you see, like, even though not that much was happening for, well, damage-wise, right? Not that many kills were happening. Still, the economic advantage is definitely there after forcing the Protoss to move away with that many probes. Even though it's very brief, it's still there. It's still something, and it kind of makes up for this 3rd base being a little bit slower. Wait, what? Oh my god, I missed it. Skillis missed it too. 10 workers going down to this drop here. What a man! What a man indeed. Even with an observer here. Just being so far on the edge of the map, absolutely, what a flanking position for that medevac. Killing off 10 workers there. Very well done there by Cure, tying up the worker count pretty much dead even here. So a wonderful position for the Terran player now. as he can just happily keep on macroing, making his Ghost Academy as Skillus is adding in the Disruptors into the mix. We have a upgrade as well for the Ghosts coming out. I'm not quite sure what this one is called, but there you go. Now, Skillus is just setting up a couple of flanking routes. He's trying to get as much awareness as possible. If we look at his vision overall, it seems pretty darn solid so far. Just a little blind spot over here. But that's pretty much it. Not much else really to take advantage of. And even with these salads over here, making it even more difficult to take advantage of that blind spot. And of course, he still has this observer on this particular spot as well. But yeah, as we can see, the army supply for Cure is getting kind of scary compared to Skillus here. I really do hope that Skillus is going to be able to fend for himself in this series. But then again, being a big Cure fan that I am, I'm just going to be honest about it, guys. I might be a little bit biased here. No matter how awesome Skillus is, of course. I do like myself some Korean Terran players. Anyway. Disruptor Colossus, a very deadly army indeed, especially against the Terran right now. Forcing the Bioforces backwards with the Disruptors as the Colossi just keep wailing away with their extended thermal lances. Very deadly combination, making engaging very difficult here for the Terran. And Cure actually not really being aggressive whatsoever. Very often you see the Terrans trying to do quite a lot of pushes with their Bioforces, but so far Cure has just been maxing out. Just been trying to get as much units as possible. Looks like these guys actually did get hit by a Widow Mine. As Cure moving backwards. Dealing with this rather nicely. There is a single Zealot over here. Just checking if there is another base in production on this side. And we might be looking at a little bit of an engagement here as the Blink Stalk is jumping right on top of those medevacs. Cure moving backwards, only losing one of them. In come the Marauders, a massive Disruptor shot. One hitting, two hitting. And that is absolutely massive. Three of the Disruptor shots just being tanked there by the Terran army. But all of the army of Cure still fighting strong here. Just going straight forward. Taking out the Colossi, I suppose. Just a couple of Stalkers, two Archons. Those are pretty much the most deadly units right now. And then, of course, the Disruptors as well. We didn't see pretty much any reaction so far from Cure. This might be a little bit to do, of course, with that lag that is happening here as well. Being on central US, it's a little bit harder for him to try and micro against these Disruptors. He's still doing his best though, might still hold on. He has a pretty reasonable force. Needs to stim again though, get some distance between him and those Zealots. Oh yeah, those Disruptors now in a perfect position to just keep zoning out the Bioforces here. One EMP landing right on top of that Archon. That's going to be able to deal now with these forces. Only 5 workers going down so far, so not that much damage yet being dealt. But so many Blink Stalkers now blinking forward right on top of the army of Cure. Cure in a lot of trouble now. Needs to just keep dodging those Disruptor shots. Doing an alright job this time around. And there we go again. Another nice dodge. Oh, needs to one more time. Only one Marauder going down. He's doing alright. It looks like he might be able to hold on here. As there are, in fact, more Zealots marching in. That's a lot of Zealots, actually. I did not expect that many Zealots to just appear out of thin air. There they are. Okay, another Disruptor shot. And that's gonna be it. That's too much damage being taken by Cure. I don't see a good way for him to recover now, and it looks like Skillus actually taking on the Korean Terran here quite handily, using those Disruptor shots, and Cure not being able to dodge them as efficiently as he probably wants to. Maybe getting a little bit reluctant on trying to dodge it. Actually, you know what? He's turning this around again once more, killing off all the Zealots. You know what? The army supply very equal again. Maybe I was too soon on calling that one, that's for sure. Jeez Louise, Cure, his macro absolutely on point here. The Blink Stalks being very aggressive, jumping forward on the Bioforces, maybe a bit too soon. That's again, once more, so many Zealots moving forwards. If Cure manages to beat back this force one more time, he actually might be able to get himself back into this game. It's gonna be dangerous though. All the medevacs out of energy. Oh, that was very close. Almost losing all those forces there. Okay, I mean, oh my dear lord. Cure holds on for now. 69 works versus 89. He has this base up and rolling as well, right? So he's still on 4 bases. But Skillus, in the meantime, he did get himself a cheeky 5th base. So he is a little bit slightly ahead, economically speaking, in comparison to Cure. But Cure, I mean, he is still, of course, a very scary opponent. Might still be able to do a little bit of damage here and there. Especially as that +3/+3 finishes up for him. And he's mixing in Liberators too. Liberators are a very deadly opponent against those Disruptors. And wait for the turn to kind of force the Disruptors to take some more distance here. But you know what? Skillus, he's not giving up so easily. He feels that there's blood in the water and he's smelling it. He's coming for that little boy that's wiggling in the water. Almost about to drown, actually. More Zealots being warped in, this time right on top of the production line, pretty much. And Zealots in the 3rd base too. Cure did take out the 4th, or the 5th base, I mean, actually. And he's going to attempt to just keep going, rolling through the economy. It's turned into a full-on base trade, which is quite a scary sight indeed for both these players. Look at this supply, those killers. 121 army supply. The Disruptor shots coming in again. This army for Cure is going to get beaten backwards as he's still losing pretty much everything. Losing everything in his natural and his 3rd base too. Lost 41 workers. And, the 5th base as well. Now still being up in the air, trying to get to some sort of safety here. So we're looking for Cure, trying to make a miraculous comeback potentially. Can he do it? That Warp Prism being an absolute baller here for Skillus as well, allowing him to warp in more and more stocks in this situation. More Bioforces coming through. Cure, look at that. You can clearly see there that the latency is definitely hurting him here. That's gonna be it. GG will have to be called. And Skillus takes the first game in his best of 3. Well, I mean, that's a little bit unfortunate for Cure, but to be fair, like that first engagement, he didn't even attempt to dodge the Disruptor shots. I don't know if that was him just being reluctant because he knew there was the latency, so maybe he thought that he wouldn't be able to dodge them anyway, so might as well just tank them and try to dish out as much damage as possible. But if that was his plan to begin with, I don't think he should have gone for the straight head-on engagement. He probably would have been better off trying to split up his forces. Create Zen. Alright, we will create Zen here in a moment. For some reason the maps aren't loading up for me. I need to search them, if that makes sense. Even then, it's not loading up actually. It's all played. I'm in the melee maps. Blizzard maps. Oh, there it is. Alright. I guess, I don't know why it's taking so long to load in here. Look at this. Legacy of the Void, Blizzard maps. This is what I get. That's kind of weird, right? Am I doing something wrong here? I don't think I am. Well, luckily Triton and Zen are in there, so we can make those, so... Okay, just entering the lobby now. US seems to be a little bit laggy here for me as well, actually. Just making maps doesn't seem to be working out as I really wanted to. But oh well. Cure still hanging on, kinda, yeah. It should have been, it's like 2 minutes ago, yeah. Yeah, Cure just hanging on there. I mean, they are best of 3s. I have to restart StarCraft. It's unlucky. Hopefully that goes smoothly. That's weird, actually. I can't really get that going. Wait, let me get on America. There we go. Okay, so game number 2 between Kjør and Skillis is coming up. Let's hope they get things rolling here for us. Well, at least not before we are there, of course. But we're going to have to wait and see. Baxter, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. There is this 2-minute delay, so that is why I'm a little bit slow with responding to you. Hope that makes sense. I like how he added a Colo again. Yeah, I mean, you definitely need the Colossus within that army, right? The Disruptors are just one piece of that army. You need Disruptors with the Colossus, and that is really the deadly combination. Forcing the Terran to keep microing backwards and forwards continuously, and then just taking the opportunity with those other units. All right. Right, next game. Bella really wanted to host this one, it seems. What? Oh, okay. Apparently, Pomi jumped into action, and he jumped on the ball there, getting things sorted out. Anyway, all right, guys, game number 2 on the way. Can Kjør make it happen this time around? You know what? I would love to see him be a little bit more aggressive earlier on, right? He did wait until we had maxed out supply before he actually marched across the map here. Maybe he just really wanted to try and take advantage of potentially better macro skills, right? That might be a reason. If you think that your macro is just way better than your opponent, you might just try to take that that momentum up to the maximum amount, so max supply, right? And at that point, once you've reached the max supply... Wait, why is the screen standing still? Alright, there we go. Anyway, yeah, once you're at that max supply, you're gonna just move across the map and hopefully not have to micro as much. As that is the difficulty, of course, of playing on the US central server for these Korean players. Anyway. Here we go, game number 2. I haven't done the introductions yet, so let's start off with that one. Before we forget, there is a blue Protoss player right here, 1-0 right now against his opponent. He is Skillis. This is his opponent, the red Terran. A very solid Terran indeed. He is known as Kjør. Okay. Oh. Now we're gonna wait and see what these two players have in store for us. Once again, it looks to be quite standard. As standard as it can be. Actually, that cybernetic score quite early here before the Nexus, so Skillis playing it safe, feeling probably quite confident now that he has the 1-0 lead in this series. Kjør already on his last life right now in this tournament. It is quite lethal indeed. Things can go very quickly in this best of 3 format with just a single elimination bracket. 2 bad games and you're out. Just 2 bad games in a row. You're gonna have to say goodbye to your chances in this tournament. It might be rough, but you know what? It makes every game ever so more important, ever so more crucial that you do it well and get your execution on point. Little sneaky probe trying to sneak back in there to get that scout off once again. The Reaper not getting spotted by the Adept so far. There must be a Stalker pretty close to finishing, I'd assume. Actually, it's pretty far still. Might get 2 probe, maybe 3 probe kills here. As long as he micros this correctly. Oh, gets 2. Alright, has to get out now. Doesn't want to sacrifice the Reaper just yet. That makes a lot of sense. Now, this Adept, though, on the other side as well. Going to be able to, well, stop this command center from producing here for a little bit. So, a lovely delay for Skillus. Definitely, probably making it worth losing those 2 probes for, well, first of all, killing one SCV and then not allowing the other SCV to really finish off here. Oh my god. That was a weird one, wasn't it? I definitely felt a little bit like latency problems there. This probe. He's started a job that's a little bit too big for him, I'd assume. Reaper coming back in here as well once more. Ah, he did get exploded though. Just a little bit too slow on that pull away from the Stalker. Right, command center now being constructed. Second Nexus is up and rolling. It's mining here. As, well, finally the second base for Cure has been completed. We're just waiting for the aggression, I assume, from Cure. Cure, he does have quite a couple of Valiants. He does have a medevac filled up with Marines here. First of all, I assumed he would go, of course, with the Hellions into the medevac here, but instead, he's going to use the mobility of the Hellions and the openness of this map right here. There's quite a big area that is just open for the taking. Oh, this is a lovely spot actually for this medevac. Oh, just a little bit too far. Scouted out by the Stalker, but jumping right on top of it. Gonna be able to get that free kill. Alright, all the forces for Skillus now moving out. And this is the trap, of course. In come the Hellions. The Hellions moving a little bit too far. Maybe getting a whiffed shot there at the start. The Stalker's still having quite a bit of trouble actually dealing with the Marines here at the start. And GG is called very quickly. Cure with a marvelous bit of aggression there, just coming in with a 1-2 punch right from the get-go and being able to take out Skillus very handedly very early on, even though he took the initial economic loss there. Apparently it was still too much of an investment that Cure was just able to absolutely demolish. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at who gets the host. Go me? Okay. Knights. Wow, there's a lot of Blizzard maps. Alright, let's go with ladder maps instead. Oh wait, I'll be a spectator actually, I don't have to be a actual referee. It's too much pressure for me. Alright, GG, go is called by Cure. Skillus is giving the no sign yet, actually. No sign whatsoever. Skillus. Is he a go-go or is he a no-no? We'll have to wait and see. He's a GG. Yeah, and he's the go-go. Alright. Both players ready. Good luck, good luck. Have fun, have fun. Let's see what happens. Quick sip from my drink before we head on into the next one. Cure versus Skillus. It's tied up right now. Whoever wins this one kicks the other one out of the tournament. Will Skillers be able to hold on here, or will Cure boot him out? Give him the boot. There we go. Oh, both of them on 1 point in the bottom right. We spawning on Nightshade. It is the blue Protoss. He is Skillers. Getting some amazing disruptor shots in that game number 1 against his opponent, the red Terran player. He is Cure. With a nifty little quick attack there, using a medevac filled up with Marines and a bunch of Hellions coming in from the other side. After taking a bit of economic damage at the start there. Being able to pounce back with quite a vengeance in the agenda for destruction. Maybe he was that passive the first game around to give Skillers a false sense of security. And immediately pounced on that opportunity. This time around, though, I'm very curious to see what Cure will actually be pulling out of his head of tricks this time. Bag of tricks, I should say. What kind of magic does he have stored in his hat now? Skillers as well. I mean, he did remarkably well that first round there, the first game. Definitely was looking very, very dominant. Maybe it had a little bit to do with the latency as well, right? Maybe a little bit more than you would want to admit, perhaps as a player. Maybe it was just the decision making as well, actually, by Cure, right? Because after he actually got hit quite a bit by those disruptors, we saw that he actually started splitting, right? And once he started splitting, he still managed to do pretty okay. And he didn't lose too many forces continuously. But the initial fight, oh my dear lord, that was absolutely brutal. Just a maxed out army squished in between the middle of the map. No way to split anymore. The only thing you really could do was move backwards, right? And moving backwards, it feels really bad because of those Colossus just continuously shooting at you from a distance here. Oh my god, he's going to get another probe with the Reaper. That's crazy. That's absolutely bonkers. And a Stargate this time around. Did he actually see the Stargate? No, he didn't. So, unaware of Cure right now. As there is in fact a Stargate on the way. Let's see what Skillers actually managed to scout out here. Didn't really see too much. I guess he saw the expansion, and so far that seems to be enough for him. The Reaper going in for round number 2 though. So far uncontested. Is going to be able to get the full scout off here, I would imagine. Needs to get close though. Ooh, it's going to get another probe as well. There we go. Beautifully done. Oh my god, it's close. Yep, there it is. Sees the Stargate. Should be able to prep for that one quite nicely. Being able to block with his supply depot this time around as well. So Cure kind of warming up potentially to this latency now, it seems. See, just because of these two supply depots being lifted in time this time around. Maybe I'm looking too much into that one actually. Anyway. So yeah, making a Viking, making the Widow Mines here. The Widow Mines already positioned towards the mineral line to help out against anything flying in. Ooh, welcome to the Killy as well. That's a lot of... That's 3 adepts actually. A 3 adept hit squad getting hit by the Widow Mine there. Hidden underneath the mineral patch though. Oh, Cure immediately targeting down that. Oh my dear lord. That just got absolutely demolished. Skillers' attack just completely whiffed that, not doing pretty much anything. 3 adepts and a oracle, only killing off one, I believe it was one SCV there. I think the other SCV died at an earlier part of the game. I think it might have been the scouting one, perhaps, but yeah, we didn't get anything from the game hearts saying that there was in fact 2. Or multiple SCVs going down, so I assume that was just one. Let's see what this Viking now realizing that he's, you know what, he's probably no longer needed here. Going in for a little bit of harassment as well. There we go, beautifully done here. Getting lifted up though. A Phoenix doing his job. It feels kind of weird, right, that a Viking being lifted up is no longer capable of shooting. Feels like the air should be his main area of effectiveness, but you know what? Doesn't know how to switch around anymore once he's in that gravitational field. Needs gravity to really make his transformation happen, it appears. But yeah, 5 probes going down here in total. Not too shabby indeed for a single Viking there. Probably more than Skillis really wanted to lose overall. Let's take a look. 7 probes going down for the price of 1 SCV, yeah. Crazy, crazy stuff. Cure now almost doubling. Actually, he is doubling the army supply of Skillis here. Looking to do quite a dangerous move out. Skillis needs to just start warping in as many units as possible. Potentially stop spending his money on his probe counts. He doesn't really need a bigger probe count desperately at this time. He just needs more units right now to hold off against this attack. If he holds off this very successfully without losing too much of his economy, he's going to be in a marvelous spot. But you know what? I'm not sure if he's going to have the tools he needs right now, because this is still a very scary Terran army. It did get spotted out though by the Oracle, right? It got tagged, so seems to be a little bit dangerous still. Nice lift up on the Widow Mines, but is it going to be enough? There's not that much remaining here actually. The Phoenixes maybe a little bit too numerous to help out with this situation, and more Widow Mines joining in as well. And GG is called. Skillis taps out Cure, taking another game here with a very aggressive start. And that means he's going to take, well, the 2-1 victory. Moving on in the tournaments of the Kashynical tournaments here. Very well played. GG. Back. Let me see who is playing right now. Cure versus Art. Oh, I was too slow with telling him I can probably contact Art on Discord. Alright, so we're gonna wait for Art to switch. We're gonna have to wait for Art to switch over to the US. It always takes a little bit for Art to switch servers, unfortunately. But you know what? That means we are gonna be watching Art versus Cure, and I'm very much looking forward to this one. I believe Art can do this. I definitely do. Cure is a very tough opponent, of course. One of the stronger Terran players right now in the field overall. But, I mean, Art has been improving steadily, and he's a very scary opponent. He's had matches against Korean Terrans before, and he did alright against them. He beaten Dynamite a couple of times, of course. Probably Dynamite not on the same level as Cure, ultimately. But, still quite a scary opponent. Everybody, let's take a look at the brackets as well. For me, let me take a look. Parting seems to be moving on through quite nicely, beating Mechanics and beating B as well, 2-0. That's pretty impressive. Now he's fighting Justice Simon, another one of the Alpha X team members right now. That's going to be quite scary. We might be seeing Cure versus Parting in the semi-finals already, actually. And then who knows who's going to be playing and moving on in the finals here from the lower bracket. Alright, anyway. So yeah, let's do a little bit of thinking about this one. Vanya is still in the lower bracket as well, playing against Max Pax right now. I'm assuming Vanya will be victorious there. Vanya versus Mana might be a really good one too to actually observe at one point. I'm pretty sure if we do go to the Matcherino page, you might be able to find something on... I don't know if there is actually anything for the... is there a replay pack you can get from this thing? Is there? Might be worth getting that if it is available. Let me actually double check. I don't think so. Unlucky. But there's definitely a Matcherino page, guys. If you do feel like adding a little bit of extra money to the tournaments, make sure to head on over there to the Matcherino. Let me just type that out right there. And yeah, you're able to add, well, I believe it's 50 cents right now for free, of course. No charge whatsoever. Did I already do this, actually? Let me check if I already did it. Kashynical 2 is the code. The second time we're doing a tournament here for Kashim and Cynical Death. Let me see. I already used it. Alright, so I'm not allowed to do it again. That's a bit unfortunate, but yeah. Maybe there's a couple of quests we can do as well, right? Following a couple of people. And if you really want to support, there's always the option to just straight up contribute. Or buy some gear, get some membership thingamajigs for the OSC Elite rewards. Which is also possible, of course. Adds some money to the prize pool as well. Let me see. Members only, StarCraft 2, Hearthstone, and priced... Oh, actually, so yeah, you can actually get access to tournaments that are... you can actually gain some money from players passed to annual OSC end of season StarCraft 2 championship. Alright. That is pretty cool too. Bonus OSC points towards world rankings. Monthly giveaways, 10% off all OSC shop purchases, and private members Discord server plus more. So that seems pretty good, actually. Alright, Art versus Cure. Let's see who wins this one. Oh man, it would be amazing if Art wins this and then actually gets to play against Sparting too. Imagine if he beats Sparting as well. Man, I mean, I know that Art is good. He's scary good, actually. He is, like, in some aspects, he's like on par with Estrella. Estrella, another great player from Alpha X. Another Protoss might be able to take down a couple of Koreans. Specifically, maybe in these weirder kind of scenarios, right, where the latency is a little bit higher than you might want it to be for certain players. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. Anyway, yeah, maps as well. Yeah. All right. Let's see if Art is going to be a little bit more favorable against Cure. I'm secretly kind of happy that Art did beat Marsman, even though Marsman is a other Dutchman. I hopefully will be seeing him still in the Dutch StarCraft League, of course, which will be coming up this this Sunday. And another tournament that is coming up, actually. Before I forget, I have a lovely little video here. It's an Alpha X tournament. It is going to be absolutely stacked through the roof. So make sure to mark it on your calendars because it's going to be absolutely amazing. This is going to be it, guys. Are you ready for this one? Here it comes. A beautiful little video. Alright. Yeah, that's it, dudes. Oh my god, that's some crazy stacked lineup. A lot of players actually that should have been within the official announcements as well, but of course can't just mention all the players because it's just too many. Oh fuck, I mean oh boy. Oh wait, I done goofed. Ah, it's fine. Whoops. Whoops, I think I invited Art a little bit too soon before he said he gave the okay sign. But luckily he gave the okay sign right after I invited him. It looks like I'm a professional gamer now. That's what it comes down to. Defend, secure his honor. Alright. Alright, game number 1 between these two guys. I hope you're ready. I hope you're strapped on in. Cure versus Art. We're going to be watching them play right here, right now. I'm looking forward to it, I have to admit. I'm really hoping that Art can manage to pull this one through. If he doesn't, then I'm going to be a little bit of a sad boy. But you know what? I believe in the power of Art. No matter how much of a fan I am of Korean Terrence, I have to say Art is an absolute beast and I love to see him play every time that I do. Here we go, guys. Game number 1. Game number 1. In the top right, we have the pink Protoss from Poland. He is Art. A member for Alpha X. And of course, in the bottom right side, we have the blue Terran from Korea. He is Cure. I'm pretty sure Cure is in Green Wings right now, isn't he? I believe he is. I could check it, actually. You know where I'm going to check this? I'm going to check it on Liquipedia. You know what Liquipedia is? It's a lovely website that gets updated by, well, Kashim and Cynical Death, for example. And they do an amazing job, and because they do such an amazing job, they also, you know what, they're a little bit tired of just being regular amazing. So they also update stuff like this, where you can figure out what team people are on, for example, or what tournaments are happening, and what the statistics are, and everything like that. So we saw Dragon Phoenix Gaming right now. Alright, so I was wrong. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it appears. Unless if that's a different Cure, but I doubt it is. It would be kind of strange if it was. Anyway, so Dragon Phoenix Gaming Cure. Sounds like a Chinese name, I have to admit. It's even too grandiose and Dragon Phoenix. Like, you know, it's too much for Korean, I think. Like, Dragon might be a Korean thing, or Phoenix might be a Korean thing, but Dragon Phoenix? That's maybe a little bit too much. I think that's more of a China thing, to be fair. No offense to China, I mean, they do some great stuff here and there. But sometimes they're naming things, I mean, it doesn't translate well, I feel. At least not as well as Korean. Maybe they're a little bit more modest with the naming, who knows, anyway. Maybe Jin Air actually also means like Dragon Phoenix. Who knows? So, yeah, both these players looking for what they are doing right now. Twilight Council going to be constructed here for Art. A lovely bit of tech is going to be created. So far, we are seeing more Stalkers coming out. So most likely will be that the charge, another probe coming on through. Wants to see whether or not anything cheeky is going on, what the barracks is doing, what the factory is doing. Actually, no, it's not a scout. It's not at all, actually. He's just sitting there. He's chilling at the proxy location, making a warp-in pylon, it appears. The Reaper scouting out the main base, sees the Twilight Council, sees that it probably isn't upgrading either, trying to get himself across the wall, not managing to do so, unfortunately. It's been a long time since I've seen anyone actually be successful with that still. Oh, the Adept, unfortunately, not shading in time here to try and force the Reaper, well, kill the Reaper, basically. One hit was remaining there, but not being able to finish him off. And a Dark Shrine is gonna get constructed here by Art in the, well, bottom left side, I want to say, but it's more so on the left middle side, more so. And you know what? Both these players are actually favoring the stealthed units this time around. Kjør also going for the Cloaked Banshee. Cloaked Banshee play and a Cloaked Zealot play. Cloaked Strong Zealot nicely using the Reaper, well, grenade there. Forcing a opening in the wall. Oh, Art almost being able to block off the area there. But still losing quite a couple of workers here. Art needs to keep his cool, needs to try and, well, get these units as spread out as possible. Killing off 11 workers so far, 12 actually going down in total. I mean, Art, oh my god, is this possible? You can warp in from over there on this location? Kjør completely unaware of this situation right now. Let's take a look. He just did drop down a couple of mules, but he still has energy for a scan here. And yeah, there goes one scan. One Dark Templar did get killed off. I don't think he has an engineering blade, does he? No, he doesn't. He does have, of course, the starport with the tech lab, so it's going to take a little bit here. 37 energy now remaining on this orbital. Wants to get it up and rolling as quickly as possible. 8 left for 7. Getting really close to another scan here. It's going to lose another Dark Templar, but the second one already in position. And the Raven, though, is going to be following this up very quickly here. Yeah, so Art, well, I mean, luckily for him, he is mining off of 2 bases. So even though he did have a little bit of a big worker loss, right? Luckily for him, he does manage to deny mining here for quite a little while. Let's take a look. Yeah, and unfortunately, it's not that much, though. Because there are mules still on the main base there for Kjør. Okay, now we'll have to wait and see what is going to be the follow-up here for Art. Art not managing to get the damage that he really wanted to, most likely with those Dark Templar. The Dark Shrine also being across the field here could pose difficulties for him if Kjør ever wants to expand there. And he's going to lose that technology quite easily, I would imagine. It's interesting putting it across the map there. Of course, it doesn't get scouted as easily, so the potential of it doing a lot of damage there goes up quite heavily. But I think Kjør was just ready for it. He did drop a couple of mules, but he saved enough energy to have at least one scan just in case. And that's exactly what he needed to do. Now, this Banshee should have Cloak, right? He does. No, actually, he cancelled Cloak as soon as he saw the Dark Templars there, apparently. So no Cloak for that Banshee. The Banshee going down, that could have actually dealt quite a bit more damage. There's no Observer, there's no Cannon. Yeah, that could have been quite painful for Art if he did actually have the Cloak available as well. It is a Chinese team, I knew it. I called it, man. Dragon Phoenix, come on, that's just a Chinese team, there's no other way. Okay, so Art showing us a lovely little strategy there, warping in across the gap. Reminds me of a very old map. I kind of forgot its name, but it used to be where you had like a backroom base for as the Protoss. It was kind of like an island behind your main base. And then Protoss figured out that you could just put a pylon at the edge and the pylon would reach the island. And then you could just warp in stuff in right from behind them, behind the Terran forces. It was quite crazy. I forgot the name though. It was kind of a green map, but that's all I remember really. The training grounds are on that map as well, by the way. So maybe that's something you guys can remember it by what map it is. So yeah, there goes the orbital flying over. Unfortunately for Art, immediately scouting out whatever tech he had hidden up there. Of course, Art did get a reasonably quick third base. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that is still quite a big spike here. That went into Kjør's favor there for a little while. Now Storm is going to be constructed here for Art, as Art is trying his best to get all the units that he needs against the Terran army. He does lose the Dark Shrine, but another hidden pylon. I'm sure this is the next position for the Dark Shrine, isn't it? That's the plan. Can Art make some magic happen too? High Templar, maybe 3 or 4 in the Warp Prism here. No, just gonna stick with 2 so far. Did we get the Ghost Academy out yet? No, we didn't. So the biggest threat for those High Templar, of course, are those siege tanks right now. Maybe the anti-armor missile actually hitting onto most of those units. And Art, I mean, those storms are amazing, but I'm not sure if he should take this fight. That's so much Terran, but you know what? He's doing alright here. The disable on that Warp Prism wasn't enough to keep him from getting stormed. And Art showing his dominance there. This is why you don't put all your High Templar in one basket, I suppose. Because as soon as it gets disabled, you're not able to access any of your Storm. What a absolute play from Art, realizing that he can actually take that engagement there. He needs to be careful though. A lot of middle mines here, and the siege tanks are two very crazily good positions here, but the Immortal gets on top of them. More Zealots, the Warp Prism not getting targeted down. Not enough Marines are here to really deal with it. Okay, both of the Widow Mines targeting down the Warp Prism, so no more reinforcements. But Art still having quite a crazy strong army here. Needs to not attack the buildings though. Wants to get right on top of the SCVs. The SCVs are being pulled on top of the army, and that's going to guarantee a little bit of damage here. I feel like Art, he has to retreat, right? He doesn't want to lose these costly units. He's still going for it though. I guess he doesn't really have, doesn't have the mobility with those forces to really make a retreat possible there. A little bit unfortunate, but alright, Art now transitioning into the Colossi tech as well. Adding those into his arsenal here. After showcasing his control with those storms. Very well done. Killing off a couple of the SCVs, I suppose. 17 SCVs in total. A second wave of attack now marching across the map here from Cure. The army supply looking quite intimidating. But those medevacs, they're actually quite low on HP. It does get scouted by the Observer as well. So Art should be fully aware. Warping in quite a couple of Zealots. Getting 2 more Colossi out as quickly as possible. One of them making his appearance here. But extended thermal lance not yet in the field. There's only one High Templar here actually. There's force fields available though, so he might be able to get a little bit of a nice concave with those force fields and then combining it with the High Templar. It's difficult to do though on the US central server as well, making life difficult for Art jumping in with the Stalkers into the Widow Mines though. Wants to keep this 4th base actually. Hello 4th base, I didn't notice you there. Wants to keep that 4th base secure. Oh, blink away. Not in time, unfortunately. Oh, more Widow Mines just continuously blowing up on top of the army of Art here. Pretty reasonably positioned, and this is really nice. Art realizing that there must be a 4th base as well happening for Cure. And jumping right on top of it. More Widow Mines just gaining value here, actually. 13 Widow Mines so far getting killed. The overall lost minerals and gas count kind of equal, a little bit in favor for Cure here, I have to say. Didn't really expect that potentially as much as it was, but let's take a look at the income graph. It's been going back and forth quite a bit, probably a little bit more in favor for Cure here overall, but not too much. So yeah, I guess Cure probably ahead in most cases here, quite a little bit. Even the upgrades right now, although +3 armor is already on the way. It's going to get chronoed out as well, of course, as there's no +3 yet even started for Cure. So that's it's going to be a long way away. Zealots trying to figure out where the army is positioned of Cure. It looks like Art is looking to find a way into the Terran army here. Into the Terran liver, as they call it. Oh, this is so scary. The EMP's hitting absolutely everything. There's no Warp Prism accompanying the High Templar here, and it looks like everything for Art is gonna fall a little bit too hastily with that attack. Unfortunately, getting absolutely demolished by those EMPs. And now bullied back towards his own base. As Kjør now went from a reasonable lead into an absolutely demolishing lead. Most likely is going to clean up right here, right now. Oh, Disruptor though. I mean, we've seen Disruptors being good against Kjør before. Fortunately, one of them getting picked off immediately beforehand though. And this other Disruptor. It's going to be a while before it gets another shot off. Oh, nice Storm coming in from below though. That Templar does get picked off, but needs to have more Zealots. I think he needs like at least 2 or 3 more Warping rounds here, or at the best Disruptor shot in the world. That's a good start, I suppose, but oh my dear lord. This is going to be very rough for Art. Art, another shot of the Disruptor, only finding damage on that one Viking and immediately being picked off. That's going to be it. That has to be a GG. Oh, yeah, that is it. There's no way for Art to come back here, and GG is scored. So 1-0 lead so far for Art. I mean, Kjør. Sorry. Was so ready to say that Art was victorious there. I really expected him to win. Anyway. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Definitely was hoping that that Art wouldn't go across the map like that. As aggressively, perhaps. But, you know what? He gave it his all. He tried his best. Let's take a look at what will happen. The next map will be Zen. Let's create this one as well. On equals. Oh, I'm so used to making me a referee. I don't think it's necessary here. Let's get the players in here as well. Alright. Kjør and Art are in the lobby. Okay. Okay, game number 2. I mean, Art definitely made a couple of moves, almost had his opponents on the back foot there, but unfortunately that single EMP causing Art to lose all his Storm energy, not being able to really deal anything anymore there, and having no escape either at that time period, so Kjør just being able to roll over his opponents. Alright, both players are ready. We're heading on towards game number 2. And yeah, after this round, of course, the winner. Let's take a look at the bracket actually. Do we already know who is going to be the person they're going to be fighting against? Whoever wins this series. Is that already out there? Is it anywhere in this... wait, here it is. There's my bracket. Okay, so yeah, the winner of this series will be fighting against Parting here. It's going to be a little bit interesting if we have Parting versus Kjør immediately in the semi-finals, but yeah, it's impossible for them actually to meet in the finals specifically. Alright, anyway, we're in the game here. In the top right side of the map, we have a pink Protoss player. He's from Alpha X. He is Art, the pink Polish Protoss. I just love saying that. I love him for picking pink as well. The pink Polish Protoss. What else is greater than that? Anyway, in the bottom left side, his opponent up 1-0 right now on match points in this best of 3. He is the red Korean player from Phoenix. Wait, was it Dragon Phoenix or Phoenix Dragon? I think it was Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is Kjør. How did I forget that quickly? Dragon Phoenix, I think, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can try the alt tab here quickly, see. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, yeah, alright, there we go. Figured it out. Figured it out. On top of my game. Professional casting activated. So yeah, let's take a look if Art goes for the Nexus before going for the Cybernetic score here. Doesn't have a probe in position yet, so most likely we'll go for the Cybernetic score first. And then start moving into position to take his natural afterwards. Is looking to get a little bit of a block here as well on that quick base from Kjør. But Kjør being very early on with his SCVs here, so isn't gonna get delayed too much because of this. And already managing to plop it on down there. Lovely stuff so far from Cure, and well, good effort by Art, of course. Fortunately not getting the well, probably the delay that he was really hoping to get with that probe. The initial probe. He is still here though. It looks like he might be going for a proxy. It looks like a Stargate proxy. To me, it could also be, of course, a robo, and then maybe going for some sort of warp prison shenanigans here, but I don't know, that might be a little bit too far-fetched, Kozan. We'll have to wait and see anyway. As we are waiting for this Reaper to potentially go up into that main base. There's so many angles for the Reaper to get into the main base here on this map. Terrence must be absolutely excited about having all these passageways once again into the main base. You have this one over here, there's one over here, and then there's quite a big one over here as well. You need actually 2 buildings and a pylon to block this one. You need, I believe, just a 3x3 building to block this. It's just a pylon to block this though, but yeah, that means that there's pretty much always still a way for your Reaper to get in. And it becomes a little bit more of a game for the Protoss to have their units in the right position to try and block you out of their base, instead of just being able to block off everything. Oracle being constructed now. It's gonna get very close to cure his mineral line very quickly, and it looks like Cure is just gonna do the same thing that he did against Skillers here. Looking very reminiscent. The Marines, the Hellions, the Reaper is still here as well, actually still alive. But yeah, that Oracle might be a little bit more lethal than the one single Adept was for Skillers here, and try to do the early aggression. Right, in he comes. Already a lot of mining time lost here, of course. Hard. A little bit overzealous there, trying to take out the Marines. Not realizing that there were that many, probably. 3 SCVs, only 3 going down so far. And you know what? Actually, Cure this time around, I mean, that's pretty smart actually. Leaving the Marines behind to defend against the Oracles and then just going with the Hellions instead. Of course, if he did move away with all his Marines, that would mean that those Oracles would have a field day and kill absolutely everything. Oh, that Oracle. I can't believe that's still alive. Holy moly, how is that Oracle alive? Crazy stuff indeed. Alright. Odds. Wait, what's this? Oh my god. Magfield's thingamajigs. The Cyclone upgrade. Crazy. Crazy indeed. Alright. Please don't lose too many probes here. Odds splitting up as quickly as possible. Still those 7 workers going down. Hellions. What a absolute beast unit, aren't they? Oh, not the greatest target fire there from Art, but managing to not lose, well, much more after that initial 10 workers that he lost, I suppose. Eesh, yeah. I mean, it's going to be a while before those Oracles catch up on score with that one. Especially now that this Stargate won't be able to produce anything else anymore. Art trying to move across the map here with his gateway forces as well. The Oracle still, I mean, there's 3 of them. Might still be able to get something done, especially if the Marines are moving out of position here. Alright, he does see the Marines now moving out. He's putting a pylon down here, that's interesting. Oh my god, he's just jumping right on top of all the Marines. Most of them are dying right here immediately. Still quite a lot of Stalkers coming through, but the Cyclones with... actually, they don't have the upgrade yet, so this fight taking place at the exact right moment of time for Art. And, oh, another Cyclone going down. Not the greatest micro there from Cure. But Art, does he have enough though to snowball this into his advantage? He didn't go for a 3rd base. I don't think he thinks he has the units to really make this happen. So he's going for more probes here behind this. Another Oracle joining in. The Cyclones now, though, of course, that lock-on is going to be able to do so much more damage. I don't think Art expects this 3rd base here. Now sees that it's here. It's going to be quite difficult for him to deal with, though, unfortunately. Alright, that's a good, little nice trap. Status wards activated. that Cyclone caught the status wards, so now he has to go see a doctor in an alternate reality until he gets cured of the status wards. Now he's back. He's cured. Alright, anyway. Forgot it. Well, I mean, I made an accidental cure pun there as well. I swear, it wasn't on purpose. Crazy, huh? Anyway, immediately all the viewers leave. Another Oracle joining in here. But yeah, I mean, Art, 50 workers versus 50 workers. He did cancel that third base, which is probably very detrimental here. As Art now, his one benefit is having that own third base a lot earlier, of course, than Kjør. If Kjør did manage to secure his own third base that quickly, oh my god, that would have been absolutely devastating for Art. Instead, though, the third base is going to be constructed in the main base. It's going to have to be flown over quite a long distance. But that is a lot of barracks, actually. That's going to be an amazingly big push coming out of Kjør here. A lot of bio. It's going to be accompanied by siege tanks, one liberator, and what looks like 2 medevacs, potentially. Well, maybe a couple more will join later on. I hope they will. Gonna need a couple, well, at least like 4 medevacs, right? For such a big cluster of marines and everything, I would imagine. I think that's kind of the minimum in this situation. A big drop coming in as well. One drop with a lot of marines here. Saying it's gonna be big. Because there's nothing here to defend for Art. So, most of Art, his units are across the map. A quick reaction though. Moving out of the area. Oh my god, the Templar Archives under attack. Is he actually going to be able to take this down? I don't know if he is. Oh, the Stark is moving in an awkward position, not doing as maximum damage as they could. Trying to target down the... Oh my god, it does fall with just an inch of HP remaining on those Marines. As the Liberator was trying to do a bit of damage as well at the same time. Looks like Kjør is getting ready for the big attack here. Oh, that is the perfect moment for the Marines to move in that position there. Okay, Art realizing that Kjør is moving out from his 2-base attack. I think he, you know what, he pulled the boys too. Yeah, there they are. That's too much red on the map for him to really not have the boys there. So Art needs to just forget about this base, move everything back to the natural, just sack it. Just buy as much time as possible. Maybe even lose these probes here. It doesn't really matter anymore. He doesn't need them. Okay, recalling now as well. He dealt a little bit of economic damage. Now he just needs to group up with all his units. He doesn't want to lose. Oh my dear lord. Alright, just GG's out of there. Abra. Nah, I'm telling all my friends, thanks man. I appreciate it. Alright, anyway. That means that Kjør takes the series 2-0. Unfortunately for Art, not being able to take a game there. Kjør versus Barting will be on the Korean. Yep. Yes. Here we go. Here we go. Korean servers, guys. Who would have guessed in an EU tournament with mostly US people there as well. We're going to go to the Korean server. I'm pretty sure it's like 2 AM right now for Korea, right? 2 AM? It might be 3 AM. It might be getting close to 3 AM. I doubt that it's 4 AM, right? It's not 4. Is it? It could be, actually. Did I typo this? Kashynical? I don't think so, right? No, I didn't. I promise you. No, I didn't, actually. I really didn't. Okay, I just got confused by myself. Alright, lovely. Lovely. Hello. We need parting on the Korean server too, though. Or else we're just going to be here with Kjør, looking at a fancy lobby. But yeah, Kjør versus Parting, another best of 3, the semi-finals. Could be pretty interesting. And as we wait for Parting and Kjør to get on this server, everybody, I want to show you a video that is about a oncoming tournament. And, well, if you don't have much to do at Christmas time, you might want to tune into this tournament because it's going to be absolutely maddening. The stacked lineup over there is... it's mind-boggling. Just have a look, everybody. Go and check this out. Mark your calendars, and without further ado, here it is. Just enjoy this little bit of tournament action that's coming up your way. Right, there it is. That's the lineup, man. I mean, there's foreigners, there's Special, there's Scarlet, there's Estrella, there's Future, the top Koreans, TY, Zest. I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want? Not that much remaining in that sense. Anyway, we're going to be looking into the next game. Alright, there he is. There is Barting. Let's let these guys do their vetoing. Mr. Battlecruiser, please go away. Let me actually change this back to Mensk because he's just a nice chill guy overall. It doesn't give me too much trouble with the with the sound in the background. I actually like the Mensk sound, just so relaxing. So much else. What are we talking about? You guys, obs. Yes. See. Da. Yeah. I want. Oh, that was versus Cure. Yeah, man, that was versus Cure. You didn't realize? That was the actual Cure from Korea. From Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Phoenix Dragon? No, Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Not Phoenix Dragon Gaming. That's a whole different thing. We don't want to go into it too much. Just to avoid confusion here. Okay, pick maps. Get us in. So, yeah. Cure versus Barting. Ah, this is going to be great. It's a shame this is the best of three, right? It is such a shame that both of these players meeting on the same side of the bracket, but that means we are gonna have a Korean versus a foreigner finals as well. And I mean, I don't wanna toot my own horn, but that's been going pretty well for foreigners recently. So maybe not in this tournament so far, though. So maybe not really something I can talk about that much right now. All right, there is the thingamajig. Oh, other lobby? I think it's a different lobby. All right. I don't know. I just spoke a little bit of Korean and then okay. There we go. Right. It looks like Parting wants to go to sleep. Actually. Cure versus Parting. I mean, this is GSL level stuff, guys. once again on the normal Alpha X stream for the Kashynical Open Cup. Who would have guessed that we were gonna have Barding or Kure signing up here, and then both of them just kind of hopping in there, being like, you know what, let's pay tribute to Kashima and Cynical Death. I don't know if they really know who they are. They probably do, right? They're famous. Kashim and Cynical Death, very famous people. Probably the most famous people in all of StarCraft 2. Doing all the work for Liquipedia after all. And every single person that plays StarCraft 2 has been on Liquipedia multiple times. Probably been more often on Liquipedia than been watching or tuning into an actual stream for StarCraft 2 in the end. Anyway, I don't know if that's true. Probably not actually, overall. Anyway, game number 1 is starting, guys. Here we go. We have, in the bottom right side... Actually, Sparting also part of Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Damn, that's pretty cool. So teammates fighting off against each other. We're going to be having a team kill here. It is the red Protoss in the bottom right side. He is parting. And his opponent in the bottom left, we've been seeing him butchering the Protoss race so far. Can he do it one more time to secure his spot in the finals? Or will he falter and go down into, well, nothingness out of the tournament and maybe to sleep? Because it's probably quite late over here in Korea, well, over there in Korea. Anyway, here's the blue Terran player in the top left. He is... No. We got in the game, Boomer. Mr. Boomer. Mr. OK Boomer 222. We got in the game. Don't worry about it, man. Of course. I was the first caster in the game, which shows my dedicated esports skills. You know what? Some people, they practice the actual game. I practice going in and out of lobbies as quickly as I can. That is my goal in life, and you know what? I feel very successful at it every time I do it because I've been practicing it for so long. Some people would say that you know what? I don't know if you know about this character called the Flash, but yeah, they call me the Flash of the lobbies, the lobby Flash. The guy that is so quick at joining lobbies. Oh god, I don't know why that's so funny to me. Anyway, factory on the way, barracks creating that reactor. So it looks like we're going to be watching a Hellion play once again coming out of Cure. It's going to be interesting to see what type of structure Parting is going to plop down here, of course. Potentially a Stargate might be pretty good against it, but then again, of course, it's going to leave his main base a little bit open against any sort of Hellion being dropped into that mineral line. Does go for any type of Oracle, but instead he goes for the Twilight Council, the more defensive structure. As long as he goes with the Blink and doesn't move all his targets across the map, he should be okay. He's going to be able to scout this out, though. The Adept is going to be completely aware, so he should have all the bits and pieces of knowledge that he requires to really counter this, what Cure is doing. And of course, guys, right now they have the perfect latency as well, these two players. I should be absolutely rolling in, well, anything really. How do you call this? Everything should be smooth for them, I suppose. Starport gonna get put on that tac lab, I would imagine, actually. Is he gonna go for a Hellion and a Raven here? Yes, he is. Interesting choice indeed. Okay, so Hellion Banshee going to be the option here for Cure. He only made 4 Hellions so far. Also, of course, that Reaper is still available with those units. Might be able to blow his way through the units over here at the front door. He's gonna try his best, but nice positioning so far from Parting, making it very difficult for Cure to get in there. And yeah, just not gonna be able to do anything really there whatsoever. He's gonna have to wait for a well, the Banshee to poke in the main base. Maybe take Parting his priority a little bit to the other side of the map here. So he has another opportunity to go in there. He still has 3 Reapers. He still has the 3 Hellions and a 1 Reaper here. Oh, lovely walling off though by Barting. Look at that. What a beast. Completely aware of what Cure is trying to do and blocking it on all sides. Building a building behind it, then afterwards just warping in another units. Of course, you cannot boop units with the Reaper Grenade when they are being warped in. So, very solid play there by Parting. As he's just staying busy, warping in units continuously in that situation. Now, of course, there's no more Reapers, so it's not going to be able to do anything anymore. The Hellions, actually. Oh, Parting, what a man. Look at that micro. Alright, in comes the Banshee though. There's 1 observer on the way. Cure realizes, he smells it somehow, someway he realizes that there is the observer coming in. Only 3 workers being killed here. It's probably not as much as you really want to have happen. Finally found the main channel for this turn. Did it really take that long? Are we not linked on Liquipedia? I need to look into this. That would be strange if we're not. Well, glad you found us, Flathel. If I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, 2 refineries immediately being plopped down on that natural base here. The 3rd base on the way as well. Another barracks coming out. Looks like we're gonna be seeing a siege tank marine push coming out for Cure here. Really no marauders whatsoever in this composition yet. So being a little bit of a cheap skate potentially on that Bioforce. Not buffing it up that much with the marauders. Even putting another barracks here probably on this reactor. Going for more marines. As he's just trying to get a couple more siege tanks out as well. You know what, I'm not even sure if he's going to attempt to go out for a push here. Just because of this 3rd base, how quick it was. Although, Parting of course still a lot earlier. And that's just kind of the way of the Protoss. You had to ask the Germans, alright. That's funny, that's interesting as well. Really, are we not linked on... I'm gonna have to check this actually real... Well, I hope I still have it somewhere. We should be on the Liquipedia anyway. Or, well, not Liquipedia, but the Team Liquid page. Anyway. I'm glad that the Germans were as helpful as ever. Wait, is this a possibility? Oh, that's crazy. Look at that. I found a new button, guys. I'm glad I realized what button I was pressing for this. Oh, interesting. Anyway. Coming in, Cure his attack, finally marching across the map here, killing off an observer. That's a lot of marines, and not that much AoE damage yet for Parting. Oh, but, I mean, if he does get on top of those siege tanks, that's all the boys as well. That's so much stuff coming through here for Cure. Does he have enough? Can he get on top of this gateway force before it makes its retreat? The siege tanks getting closer and closer to getting in a really dangerous spot here. Oh, the Marines overstimmed potentially a little bit. The Colossi not yet on the field. Not a single one. Immediately getting destroyed. And this might be it. This might be the end. GG already being called. Parting. Tapping out quite quickly after the, well, I suppose... The human shield from the SCVs just absolutely beasting their way through there. And I'm gonna go take a look at the Liquid, well, the Team Liquid page, because we should be linked. I did it multiple times. And I made sure that we were still there, but if people are having difficulties finding us, that's not a good thing. Anyway, as you're waiting, or as I'm doing this. Oh, yeah, it is there. It is actually there. But Parting is streaming too, so that's a bit rough. Wardy is streaming as well. That's a rough one as well. Oh, well. We're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm not that well known of a streamer anyway. Right. We are linked. Yeah, we are, Sushi. He's right. I just checked. We are. There's a lot of a lot of streams going on for this tournament actually. Parting, Mana, Net Wars, Bel Air, Indie Crew as well. There's 2 Polish streams actually, and the German stream. They are doing rather well, but oh well. Just gonna have to deal with it. If you want to tell your friends about this stream, I would appreciate it, of course. Rip coming in here with trying to ask what the score is. A little bit unfortunate. I was too slow. Or I was too slow maybe to tell him that's probably the right thing to say. Yeah, admittedly, I don't go on Team Liquid enough. Ah, alright. Fair enough. Explains everything. Then just our, you know what, unfamiliarity yet with the overall StarCraft 2 scene is probably the reason why is that thing going so slow. Anyway, yeah, the score is 1-0 right now for Cure, as the lovely people in the chat are asking as well. We have in the top right corner Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Korean Protoss. He's in the red. He is parting. And wearing the blue wall paint in the bottom left side with a happy little star accompanying him at his command center. He is Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Cure. I would imagine that both of these players play quite a bit against one another, trying to practice and get better that way, of course. Barracks on the way. Looks like everything is going to be quite standard once again from these guys. As both these players kind of want to get everything played as quickly as possible, probably. Especially Parting seem to be a little bit tired here, trying to fix things up. Because overall the time in Korea right now, I would imagine, is around either 3. Yeah, it must be around 3 right now, right? I think it is. 3 AM, and they're still playing online tournaments. Still trying to get a little bit of extra money in their pockets this way around. It's unfortunate that these 2 team members had to face off against each other in the semi-finals in a single elimination bracket. Because I'm pretty sure otherwise we would have had these 2, well, we would have a very good possibility of having these 2 face off in the best of 5 in the finals. Fortunately for them, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Do we already know who the other finalist is actually? Does anyone have eyes on the bracket right now? Reaper coming through. Second base already constructed, of course. A Stalker coming out to meet the Reaper here. As the Reaper realizes he won't be able to even attempt the wall jumping trick. No parkour in this town, sir. Might give it a second attempt here. Oh my god, it worked! When's the last time you ever saw that happen? It actually worked! Coming into the main base here. Absolutely stellar job so far. He's scouting everything out, sees that there is a robotics facility. It's going to give him quite a satisfied feeling, realizing that there's not going to be any oracles, nor is there going to be a lot of pressure for any, well, blinking stalkers of the swords coming through anytime soon. It's a great scout there by Cure, seeing pretty much everything. Is he going to go for round number 2? Is he going to attempt this again? If he does this twice in a row, I'm gonna be the Cure fanboy for life. Oh my god. Oh my god, he does it again. What a beast. What an absolute beast. I mean, just previous game I was talking about. When's the last time you ever saw this work? It's so difficult to do right now. Special says that it's complete RNG, but I mean, Cure right here, I mean, maybe it depends on like the building placement as well. Because that looks to be quite consistent there. Very interesting. Barracks, a factory too. Gonna be making units. For me and you. Mostly for Cure though, to be fair. Well placed observer there. Gonna be hard to spot actually for Cure above those rocks. Look at that, it's quite well hidden there. We know that it's there and it's still hard to see. Anyway, Viking coming in might be able to get a little bit of damage done here. As there is, let's take a look, only one immortal, and well, not that much actually. Everything at the natural base, nothing in the main base really to defend at the moment. I suppose there is a wall of making it more difficult for any type of drop to really get into that mineral line, but of course the Viking, I mean, he can fly. As people know. It is known. Vikings fly. It's gonna get killed though, unfortunately. Oh, getting only one kill here. 6 workers going down. From those adapts, 3 adapts actually killing 6 workers here. Some crazy amount of damage being dealt there. +1 weapon upgrades as well coming out. Immortals, Colossi, gonna be the choice of tech here for Parting to start things off with. Getting that 3rd base up and rolling too. Kjør so far looks like he is, you know what, not getting ready yet for that 3rd base. So spending most of his money right now. And there are the adepts shading in. That's gonna have to be a cancel, right? He's gonna pick them up with the War Prism. I mean, okay. That's a good effort. Trying to get something, one of the SCVs, mining the gas there. You might as well, right? It only takes 1 shot and then you can immediately escort them out of there again with that War Prism. Valiant effort. Anyway. Twitch Pathol, welcome buddy to the stream. Okay. Blink is on the way. Forge getting constructed as well. Oh, here they come again. Adepts. Another round. Now, I bet that Kjør is wishing that he still had that Viking, right? I mean, if you still had a Viking, you wouldn't not have to worry about this as much. Oh, my dear lord, this could be quite painful too. The siege tank completely unsieged. Pretty much everything of the Terran forces walking out here as well. Parting just meeting him on his own terms. But I don't know if that was the... I mean, just mostly losing shield, I suppose. Losing 3 sentries as well, though. That's going to be very difficult now to hold off against those SCVs from getting on top of the gateway forces. But overall, delaying this attack by an incredible margin just by being out on the map here. But is it going to be too much? Still, I mean, this is quite a dangerous push. Kjør is just going for it. All his SCV, well, most of his SCV are already dead. And yeah, I don't know if this is going to be anywhere near the amount of stuff that Kjør needs to really even put a dent in the forces of Parting right now anymore. And GG is called, tying up the series here. Parting completely ready this time around. That was quite something else. Yeah, that was very interesting. Just being out on the map like that, forcing Kjør to fight in weird positionings. Beautiful force fields as well, killing off a big portion of that army as it was marching across there. I'm a little bit stunned that it ended so quickly again, but yeah, Kjør just running in for the kill there and not being able to finish it off. So very good anticipation from Parting, reading the scenario there very well. As pretty much all the casters are here. I do imagine that every last game has been played pretty much. Let me take a quick gander at the bracket here. Where did I have it? We also still have the Maturino page as well, guys. Do make sure to help us out with those codes. We would be ever so grateful. Of course, it will help out quite a bit. Liquid Mana vs. Soul is also happening. And I haven't played completely all the games yet, so I'm not sure if anyone is actually casting those. That wasn't but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway. Wait, what's a network error for me from a stream? Well, it's just Twitch, I suppose. Looks to be okay. Looks to be okay. Alright. In the next game we go. Game number 3. A tied up series right now. And the top left side we have the red Protoss from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is Parting. And his opponent in the bottom right side, we have the blue Terran, also from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is a Cure. Right. See if any deviation is going to take place. Once again, is Cure going to just go for that 2-base attack again? He might just be getting a little bit tired, as it is quite late in Korea. Cannot harp on this enough. I mean, they are gamers after all, so maybe this is just like an afternoon for them, but yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't count on that too much. Okay. Looks pretty standard to me so far. Parting, making sure that there's nothing else on the map going on that is out of the order here. Just taking a gander, a probe on an excursion. Tor didn't take the rest of the class with him though, of course, just a little bit of a loner boy. Going out on his own little adventure. As the cybernetic score now gets put down before a Nexus, so Parting playing it safe so far. And even gonna attempt to do a little bit of blocking here with that probe, of course. Pretty sure could have gotten that base down before the probe got into another blocking location here, but yeah, still managing to get 90 minerals above the original 400 as needed. So pretty nicely done there by Parting, I'd say. It's interesting that the stream for me is still on the older screen. Interesting. Oh well. It is switched. Anyway. Reaper coming on in. Doesn't get to get a good scout on really any technology structures. Pretty much because there's none in the making yet, of course. Oh, actually the Adept going on the chase here. Finding that Reaper, making it life more difficult, trying to find a scout. Or get a good scout off the main base. And there is the proxy Stargate from Parting. Going completely unaware for Cure. Yes, he has to start dealing with the Adept here. He could load up his SUVs in the command center, but decides to just go for the orbital instead very quickly here. And a nice block off with the supply depot. Parting playing it safe, not going into the main base with that shade. Maybe chase down the, well, at least one more of those workers. Cure again losing his Reaper there. Once again, not really figuring out what he is fighting against. He does have Widow Mines. Widow Mines are a pretty good tool against the Stargate opening, of course. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. Is Parting gonna be able to? Okay, no, actually, I thought for a moment he was gonna try to set off that Widow Mine. Maybe on top of the Marines, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, the Adept would have died beforehand. Oracle now is flying over in the natural mineral line here. On supply depot, actually, no cancel on that one. Interesting choice, killing that one off. And it is 100 minerals going down the drain here, and killing off 3 workers as well. Pretty solid start so far for Parting. Also, managing to find some damage on top of those bioforces here, using that Stalker. Not too shabby indeed. More gateways going down as well. As we are seeing Cure going for the Viking to try to find an answer against that Oracle here. Now just gonna head on over with that medevac towards the other side. Filling it up with the Marines this time around. Wants to keep the Widow Mines in his base as a defense against those flying units here. Is he gonna be able to see this pylon? Oh my god, that was so close. Okay, he does see it this time around though. That was crazy, actually. Why did he come back with that medevac? That's interesting. He didn't see it, but maybe he had second doubts about going for that initial drop anyway. And then he's just decided to move backwards and flying over that Stargate that way. That could be. It could be. Anyway. Nicely intercepted there by Parting. Killing off quite a couple of those units, of course. Killing off the medevac as well. As we can see, the units lost tab overall quite heavily in favor now for Parting. Of course, a lot can still happen in this game. Cure is, in fact, adding on a third base this time around. So we're not seeing the same push that he was doing the previous time as well. And Parting also adding that third base and adding a Dark Shrine. Already has a couple of pylons, well, at least one over here. Still a probe on the bottom as well. Might be able to get another pylon there. As a way to get more Dark Templars all across on the map. As Cure is retreating again. Gonna set up defensively for his third base. Does he have any scans available? Not over here. Does he have a scan? Okay, he has one scan right now. He just used it for a mule, I believe. And that's going to be absolutely incredible amounts of damage now being suffered. The engineering base not even done yet. Oh my god, immediately just GG's out of there. And that means Parting is moving on into the finals. Cure dying to the Dark Templar that he did not see coming. Very, very unfortunate there for him. And we will go into another match. Let's take a look at what is happening with these other two players. It looks like Mana and Soul are still playing. Let me try to find out, actually. I believe that will be played on the US, right? That should be played on US. Yeah, that will be played on US. Saw a very talented Terran player. Maybe he will have the tools that he needs for fighting off against Parting here. Let's quickly hop onto the EU side of things. See if we can still catch a match between those two. See if they are playing right now. With Mana, and yeah, they are playing right now. So guys, actually no, Soul is waiting. It's just Mana in the game right now. Alright, I'm gonna head on to the toilet. One sec, guys, as we wait a quick little break. I'm just gonna activate this video for a moment and I'll be back afterwards. So, see you very soon, and we'll be hopefully back with Mana versus Soul. I'm already in the lobby, so we won't miss it. That's lovely. Alright, was playing a second time, wasn't it? Anyway, here we go. Mana versus Soul is being loaded up right now. It's gonna be on the map Triton. Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be quite amazing. A series, 2 EU beasts. And as we can see, a lovely little shade of yellow bringing us this game. It's another best of 3. In the top left side, we have... Well, as you can see, the red Protoss player is Liquid Mana. In the bottom right, the blue Terran. I almost wanted to say Protoss. He's not a Protoss, that's for sure. He is Maker's Soul. he is. Okay. Maybe not the Koreans that we were watching just now, but definitely still two absolute beasts. And both of them already having proven that they are able to beat Korean players. Parting, of course, not the... I mean, I don't want to be rude to Parting fans. Like, Parting is an amazing Protoss, but it definitely feels like he's not the greatest Protoss at this time and place. Having quite a couple of other ones available there. And Mana, of course, if you desperately do want to see his perspective, he is streaming as well, guys, so I would appreciate leaving this stream open, at least in the background, but yeah, just giving you a heads up there. If you want to see his point of view, that is a possibility. So here we go, a semi-finals. Who's going to be fighting off against Parting here in the finals, ultimately? Oh my god, that probe is being very cheeky. A very brave little probe. He did force the command center to be placed on optimal though. So that's a nice start for Mana. Also, that probe did manage to leave the area successfully as well. Gonna be safe. As the Reaper is marching across the map. Isn't going to be able to see that probe. The probe actually putting down a pylon here as well. Oh, what's this? The Reaper coming back around, just scouting, trying to find it. And, yeah. Hello, Mr. Probe. What are you doing over here? You cheeky little fella. Isn't going to be able to put anything down there, is he? Well, the Adept is going to attempt to get over there. It's just a pylon now. Not too much to worry about. Definitely looked like... to me at least, like Mana wanted to put something down there, or at least attempt to. Might not do that right now anymore though, of course. Might just use it for some sort of later on warp-in pylon, potentially. As long as Sol doesn't take it out, of course. This Reaper in a lot of trouble right here. Oh, almost. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome if that worked. That mine over there. Anyway, here we go. The initial more damage being taken there by that little initial probe. The victory. The winner between game 3 of Cure and Parting was in fact Parting. Parting managing to take the last game with a cheeky DT build that Cure just wasn't prepared for at all. He just had used his energy up as well, just like half a second before the DTs went in. That was absolutely devastating. And Cure just tapped out. It was looking to be a, well, at least 3 base for both of them as well, the game. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. So yeah, there you go. The game did go to into the favor for Parting. So Parting is the person that is waiting for whoever wins this best of 3 in the final match. Which will, of course, be a best of 5. So, you know what? We're looking forward to seeing either Mana or Sol. Oh my god, that Stalker. What a shot. Felt like you shot that shot from mid-air. Anyway, we're waiting to see Sol or Mana. Either of these players will be moving onwards here. An attempt to take down the one and only Parting in a best of 5 series. I don't know if they will, though. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. Parting going very smoothly through the tournament so far. Beating quite a couple of the people. And so was Cure, honestly. Like I said before, would have been nice to have those have a best of 5 as well. But, I mean, it would be absolutely amazing as well if either Mana or Sol manages to beat Parting here in the finals too. Anyway, let's talk about this game overall. Let's see what we're watching right now. The robotics bay being constructed, going for this tech route, is Mana right now. With the robotics facility. What did Sol actually scout out so far? He saw that there was a 3rd base. That's all he got to scout out with his Reaper, actually. I guess he also saw the pylon being constructed here, which did get taken out ultimately. But, yeah, not much else, unfortunately, for him. Right, Observer, just chilling, waiting. Seeing the entirety of the Terran army moving through here. Medevac joining in as well. It's a bit unfortunate that this always happens underneath the Observer, but you know what? In he goes, completely ready is Mana here. With his forces having enough gateway units and force fields here to hold off against this, you know what? Pretty average clump of Terran bio forces. Unless if he really immediately gets on top of that Immortal, I wouldn't really see this do too much. He's getting on top of it. Zealots though wailing away at the back end. But yeah, with the shield battery there as well. Not too much that Sol can do in that situation. It's nice that he killed off the Immortal, but overall, let's take a look at the units lost count. You know what? Killing off the sentries too. The killing of the sentries pretty big as well. So quite a bit of gas lost there. You can't wait for more gamer hour parting. Alright. It's gonna get delirious. Yeah, maybe, potentially, man. It's gonna see all sorts of things on the minimap that's not actually there. Who knows? So yeah, man, unknown about that third base. Just is only just now got created here. Okay, more buildings being constructed there by Mana. As well, this is a bit awkward. The War Prism and the Medevac meeting here in mid-air. Luckily for them, they didn't fly into each other. Maybe the Protoss airlines will have to find some way of communicating with the Terran airlines so they don't have those awkward near misses in the future. Alright, so is going to attempt to do some sort of a drop here. Oh my god, he's actually going for this. Sacrificing the first Medevac that was in front. The second Medevac immediately going down, but I don't think he expected this much stuff actually to still be here. And there must have been a recall, right? I'm pretty sure it was. I missed if it was, but there you go. 2 Widowmines as well coming in on this side. Coming back around in with more units as well as in the main base. A lot of well, yeah, that's the War Prism. I mean, Sol saw the War Prism as well. He even reacted with his Medevacs there. I guess he kind of forgot about it here. But yeah, quite a bit of damage being dealt as well in his mineral line, as there are still quite a lot of Zealots. Okay, he did clean it up. And Mana losing his Colossus here by, you know what, the Marauders in a very awkward position. Taking out the robotics facility as well. Sol being on top of his game here. And half the drop also going for the natural base. Trying to divert the attention of Mana and find damage wherever it might be possible. Oh, the Medevac is gonna... Wow, that reaction. Beautifully done. Oh, that's a nice attempt as well. Maybe using the hallucination to force the Medevac to move backwards, right? But it is on hold position, so it's not gonna happen. That's really cool, actually. Tiny little StarCraft things. More Zealots being warped in near the War Prism, trying to find some sort of damage here. Potentially just gonna run into the natural base. I mean, Sol did see this. He did fly over with it with a Viking. Actually, they're just gonna go for the third base. Adepts joining in the crowd as well. And only now Sol returning to his base here. So unfortunately didn't see that on the minimap. Or maybe just underestimated the amount of forces that were walking across there. Maybe he thought his reinforcements would be more than enough to really deal with that. Especially if that was a Widowmine there. Like, to me as well, it looked like he was going to go for the natural base. Maybe that was where the confusion came in. Anyway. Ghosts are gonna get constructed here, as we don't have a Templar Archives just yet. Ghost still very lethal though, of course, even against this amount of, especially actually against this amount of Zealots right here. Very lethal indeed. We might be seeing something happening very soon. One middle mine being set off. 2 Colossi are in production, about to be created, but the Cybernetic Score, a gateway, all falling here due to the nice positioning of Sol. And yeah, we're waiting for what mana his response will be. He's sending more zealots across the map. He's aware that there is a fourth base being constructed here. The Ghost completely out of position, getting absolutely annihilated here. And nicely done there indeed. Another drop taking place at the third base. And it looks like mana is just completely being pulled apart by Sol here. I mean, this one attack with the Zealots is very nice, actually making sure that that planetary fortress isn't going to be able to get too much work done just yet. As they are still here. This is a nice position as well. Sol putting himself in between the Zealots and the rest of the army, not allowing the rest of the army to group up with that, the rest of the forces. And being able to get a reasonable concave here, but it looks like the force fields are just too good for mana now. And the forces of Sol have to retreat. Not that much remaining of their HP pool. And yeah, mana striking back with a vengeance. Army supply pretty equal, but Sol has to start healing up. He's still dealing damage with those drops here. That's a crazy low HP. Medevac 9 HP remaining. Widow Mines as well on this potential fourth base location. It looks like, alright, this should be cleaned up right now by Sol. Planetary Fortress is okay, and mana taps out. I mean, the supply was telling a pretty obvious story there in the end, I suppose. But yeah, very well played by Sol, taking the first victory here. As we're gonna head on into game number 2 with a 1-0 lead for Sol. So yeah, Sol versus Parting best of 5 looking more likely right now. Kind of interested in seeing how that is going to turn out, especially because we already saw Parting taking out Cure just now. It was the best of 3 though, so it wasn't the greatest of games. Well, the greatest of series, I should say. It was a great series, but it's just short, which makes it not that great, right? Anyway, a little bit sad. Anywho, we're waiting for the next invite. Mana and Sol, there is the link. We're going in. People are quick. Maybe I'm not the Flash anymore. There's a lot more other Flashes trying to imitate me. Anyway. Yeah, so nice job there by Sol, taking the early lead in the best of 3 series here against Mana. And now we're gonna wait for whatever happens next. I mean, Zen. It feels like it's a really good map for Terran, especially with all the choke points. There's quite a bit of nice dead space here and there for drops to take place. And yeah, lovely high ground ramps as well that you can abuse with either Widow Mines or just setting up concaves there. Let's have a look at what will happen between these two beasts of StarCraft 2. In the bottom left, we have the red Protoss player. He is Liquid Mana. On his final life here, potentially, if he loses this game. He doesn't have a single chance anymore because he's out of the tournament. And it's all because of this guy right here in the top right side of the map. It's the blue Terran, Maker's Sol. Right, yeah, people are talking about the scariness that is Sol. He definitely is a very scary opponent, I do admit, indeed. I believe wasn't it Cyril that said that Sol was scarier than some of the Korean players? In a way, some of the Korean wasn't it at the tournament where Grant was at as well? What was that one called again? I don't remember exactly, but anyway. I definitely remember him talking, well, only good about Sol. And Sol showing us why. Definitely somebody to be feared for any Protoss opponent. Looking of the area over here with those two larger structures. Getting ready for a proxy. Is Mana once again, this time around not even going for the scout, so he's not even showing that there's a probe ready already somewhere on the map. And Sol, Actually not going for the Reaper this time around. Very interesting. Going for a quicker factory instead. And adding on a reactor here as well. So both of these players kind of playing blind so far. Not wanting to figure out what their opponent is doing. The probe is gonna... This is nice. Always moving first to a location where it's gonna be less obvious that the probe is coming from an awkward angle here. And there we go. Sees that there is a base here. Feels pretty comfortable with that one. And moves out just knowing that. Alright. The Stargate is about to be finished up. The starports for these Hellions isn't getting proxied at all. So it's going to be a little bit later. But you know what? This is looking very similar to what we saw Cure do, right? The Marines, the Hellions over here, might actually be the exact same thing that we're going to be seeing pretty soon. The Hellions coming in from the front and then the Marines being dropped into the main base. Is he going to kill off the Adept in time? No, he doesn't. Adept now going free in the main base here of Sol. Might be able to get a couple of kills. Wow, that's a lot of SCVs actually to start pulling for this. And there it goes down. Alright. That was maybe a little bit of an overreaction. Ever so slightly. And in comes a Oracle through the top side of the map. Aces Rogue. Yeah, that was the one. Oh, the Widow Mine. Ha 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 ha. Take that. Oracle. Didn't stand a chance. Absolutely demolished. Alright, well that's very unfortunate for Mana, of course, losing that Oracle that quickly. Only killing off... Oh, that's a weird one. That's not what we want to do. Bothering the other casters here. Anyway, yeah, there we go. So far, a wonderful start once again from Sol. Sol is on his way. It looks like to start having a wonderful start. Start having a wonderful start here in this second series so far. And the Widowmine did get maneuvered into another position. 3 more workers do fall though. So 4 workers in total now do get destroyed. You know what? Actually making things a little bit better here for Mana. Luckily for him, that second Oracle definitely picking up the slack here. Probably would like to get 1 or 2 more kills. But wasn't meant to be, it seems. Out of energy. And out of the opportunities, as there's just too many Marines and too many Widowmines now on the field. Also a Viking about to pop. Making it just too much anti-air right now available for Sol. And Mana taking his third base behind this. He's getting Blink as well. So he's just getting ready for the next moments of this game. Super fast Hellions, yeah. I mean, I've been seeing a lot more Hellions early on overall anyway, right? The thing with this Hellion build, you make Hellions and you make Marines. Let's just not talk... well, we'll talk about it later on. Anyway, Marines are looking to be quite aggressive here. Alright, I guess we do have a moment. Anyway, you make a lot of Marines with 1 medevac. And you make, well, I guess like 3 or 4 Hellions as well from the non-reacted factory. And then you walk in using your Marines and the medevac. You go into the main base, you drop over here. And then as all the Protostalkers march across towards that main base, you have a big open area over here to abuse, basically, using your Hellions and get into that natural mineral line and do quite devastating amounts of damage. What in the world is this? Why are we making cloaked Banshees right now at 6 minutes 10 in the game? And Mana actually completely circumventing the entirety of the army of Sol. Sol completely out of position here. But he still might have the opportunity to make something happen on the other side of the map, though. Recall is available, to be fair. These Stalkers just dealing quite a bit of damage, and before they're going to get killed off... well, before they're going to get recalls, they're going to kill off quite a couple of the SCVs here. Still a little bit split up here from Sol, not really in the greatest position. Oh, the tank being killed off right before they were able to shoot. And that looks like, you know what? Very bad position for Sol right now, actually. It was starting off so good, but completely getting blindsided by that big group of Stalkers just marching across the map here. A very brazen, brave move by Mana. And absolutely brilliantly as well, to be fair. Just doing the exact thing that Sol never really expected to have happen. And it looks like just, you know what, this one maneuver absolutely buying him the game. I feel like he can even lose this Nexus. It's not too big of a deal at this point. And he will still be fine as long as he just keeps these Stalkers alive. He's going to be okay because he has a recall available and he can recall all these Stalkers as well. Yeah, that means I guess we're going to be going into game number 3 between these two players. And what is up, Mr. Captain Canuck? Got my first game on Sen last night. Ah, that's very nice. Yeah, Sen is a good map. Alright. Okay. That just happened. Game number 3 will be this decider match here. Mana striking back with a vengeance there, my dear lord. Yeah, Sol completely outwitted there. Being in a reasonable position, but being tagged as well by the Oracle. Mana knowing what was what. And just taking the opportunity into his own hands. Realizing that, you know what, he might lose that third base. But as long as he just marches all these targets right now across the map. Kill off the reinforcements and kill off the entirety of the economy. It's going to be great. It's going to be good. Oh my god, I got in here just in time. Oh my god. Whew. That was close. Anyway. Waiting for the final game. It will be played on Ephemeron. A map that is, you know what? It feels okay in the TVP matchup. It doesn't feel like either of these races have a significant advantage here. I see Terran players pick it. I see Protoss player pick it. Overall, a really good, solid map, I'd say. So, we're in this final game of this best of 3. It is 1-1. In the top left side, we have the red Protoss player. He is known as Liquid Mana. His opponent in the bottom right side, the blue Terran, is Maker's Sol. Alright. So game number 1, we saw Sol being an absolute beast with his multi-pronged aggression. Finding all the opportunities that he wanted to kill off as much of the army of Liquid Mana in, well, the middle of the map there. And finding the damage that he really wanted to do as well in the mineral lines. Second game. I mean, that was a pretty crazy one. I have to say, I thought Mana was in a little bit of a difficult situation, but a absolute brilliant maneuver, just sending the perfect amount of Stalkers across the map, and absolutely denying Sol of any type of reinforcements, and also completely annihilating the entirety of the worker count. I mean, even if he did lose that third base, right, it still would have been a really good position for Sol, but because Mana, I mean, he kind of sacrificed his third base in order to kill off the entirety of the mineral line, well, both of the mineral lines for Sol there in the end. Only one Marine here coming out just in time to help out against the probe. It's a very early command center. Actually, it's not that early. It's irregularly timed. I've just been talking a lot, I guess. Cybernetics core before the Nexus as well, it looks like. So Liquid Mana playing it safe again. I'm slacking flesh, yes. I really was. Yeah, I was just talking, man. It's what they call me as well, the Sir Talk a lot. A slacking talker. Almost sounds like a stalker, but I don't know why you would call me that. Anyway, yeah, let's see what is going to happen. It looks like Sol, once again, opting to go for the Hellions here. And I have to say, I'm starting to like Hellions more and more the more I see them in the TVP matchup. definitely feels like there is this, just, you know what, Protoss have gotten so incredibly good at running away with their probes just in the nick of time against Widowmines. Hellions, though, on the other hand, of course, there's just a lot more that goes into defending against them. And there's a lot better of an opportunity for those Hellions to really get some damage dealt, because they can drive while they shoot. And they don't just shoot once, they shoot multiple times. And if you get 4 of them, well, that's going to be a lovely one-shotting fiesta. This Adept really wants to figure out what is really coming his way. Isn't going to be able to see too much. I guess the first Shade did figure out that there's Hellions and stuff like that. So he's going to be defensively here for now. Actually, saw going up to 6 Hellions here. That's quite a bunch of them. Is he going to try to attempt to grab some of them in the medevac and then some other ones going into... if he splits them up 3 by 3, that would be crazy to me, but... let's see. Actually, only 3 Marines in the medevac so far. Huh. Is he going to put 2 more Hellions in there as well? I would imagine so, right? Why would you not put 2 Hellions in there? I mean, you would still have 4 Hellions otherwise. It feels like it would be optimal, but you know what? Okay, no, he's just looking to go for it. Actually, he's just going to go for a full frontal push here. Is this going to be enough? Is this going to work? Is this going to work? Oh my god. Oh my god, this is brutal. How many works is he going to get with this? 6 works already. In he goes into the main base as well. Oh, Mana not being in time with the double pylon block. Only having 1 pylon there. And the Hellion still managing to do a little bit of damage. 1 more shot to kill off 2 more here. Come on. Okay, 15. Ooh. Almost getting 16 here. That is quite a bit of damage. Manado retaliating with a War Prism, it seems, in the main base of Sol. But Sol this time around, it looks like he will have enough once to get on top of that siege tank, though. Needs to repair it as quickly as possible. Just in the nick of time, managing to save that siege tank. And a Viking landing on the ground. At least a Viking can kill off Stalkers. As opposed to the killing of Ultralisk. It doesn't always work out. But you know what? Stalkers, bring them. Bring them to me, the Viking says. Absolutely lovely job there by Mr. Sol. There's 2 observers in his main base, though. Yeah, it's a little bit scary. So Mana is going to be completely aware of everything that he's doing, but can Mana really bring this back? I mean, he lost so many workers. If he just taps out now, maybe in a later game, he would just tap out, right? He lost his offensive with the War Prism, and he lost 16 workers, guys, in the world. I mean, if you still expect to win that one in a later game, you better hope that you're playing against someone that is not as good as you are. But Mana is playing against Sol right here. He needs to have quite a lot of good stuff happen for him to really bring this one back. I believe that some pro gamers might call him super dead at this time period. But you know what? I'm not a pro gamer. I believe in miracles. I believe in the fantastic comeback potential in the game of StarCraft 2. And maybe people will make fun of me after making this this assertion. But you know what? Oh my dear lord. Alright, so he only now is making the stim pack and other upgrades. So Mana does have a little bit of a period of time, right? He sees this as well. This is a great thing that he sees this happening. So he knows that he's okay for a while, right? He doesn't have to continuously be using up his gateway production. He can kind of get some tech, and that is what he's doing. Templar Archives, he can kind of probe up, try to get as much of his economy back as possible. Before really going back into the defensive structures or the defensive units. Okay. Here it is, 2 more gateways being added. I mean, the one thing... Alright, Sol is adding on his 3rd base as well. Outflies the medevac with 2 Widowmines. Quite a lot of Marines as well. A little bit more of aggression. It looks like... Oh my dear lord, how does this keep happening? Alright. Hello, sir. Hello, colleague. This is like the 2 bus drivers, and they would wave at each other, right? That's what happens, at least in the Netherlands. Whenever one bus passes by another bus, they just wave at one another. I imagine that this happens as well with the War Prism and the Medevac. Like, oh, hello, sir. On your way to kill my worker line? Alright, yes. Me too. There's 2 High Templar in here, though. Quite dangerous. And you know what? He's going to lose this quite rapidly here, it seems. Yeah, that is not going to get out of there. A valiant effort trying to get that storm drop. Get some sort of damage done. I mean, it feels like he really has to, right? He has to get something working in his favor here. After being behind on the economy for such a long period of time. Oh, we're missing something here. The Widow Mine drop, killing off 4 workers in total. So there is a second drop as well on this left side. The Stalkers not giving an inch though. And they will hold the front lines for now. But yeah, Sol, I mean, he's just ramping up on that army supply. Look at that, 77 versus 32. A frontal assault could definitely be quite detrimental to his success right now. As Mana, I mean, he's going to have the best storms in the world. The best storms that ever happened in any situation. Widow Mines coming in again. It's attempt number 2. Unburrowing and reburrowing. Might as well buy himself a little bit of extra time as both these forces are looking for the engagement. The Zealots coming in from behind. I mean, that's really nice, not engaging on top of those Widow Mines, but is it gonna be enough though? Most of the Zealots immediately going down. High Templar out of energy here. Mana, I think he did it. I think he held on for now. And yeah, somehow, some way, that was a really good engagement. For Mana coming in from behind and negating most of those Widow Mines there for a really, really long period of time. And I don't even believe that most of them ever got their shot off there. So very well placed there by Mana, realizing what he had to do in that situation as well. His movement is very, very good. His awareness as well. He is an absolute veteran of this game, and it's definitely showing just by the way that he moves across the map here. So we are looking for Sol potentially doing a second follow-up attack. He did kill off a couple of the, well, quite a couple of the army units still from Mana. And you know what? I have to say, I'm starting to like Mana, his position, more and more so. One thing that we have to pay attention to, the upgrades, right? Mana has been skimping on those for quite a while here. He's a little bit lucky, or fortunate I should say, that Sol hasn't started his +2/+2 yet, because his armory, is that his first armory only now on 10 minutes? Yeah, that's quite late actually. So, you know what, he doesn't have his +2/+2 yet on the way. That could have been quite lethal here ultimately, carrying on in the later parts of this game. Yeah, nice EMP on top of the War Prism. It's more so a kind of a move to maybe make Mana a little bit scared of going in there again. Asserting his dominance, as they say. Right, I mean, this game is crazy, guys. I really think Mana has got himself back into a situation where it is very winnable. As I said, though, the upgrades, that is something I'm a little bit wary of for Mana, but I mean, it's full base versus full base. I need to pay attention to this, actually. Oh my god, he's trying to feed back the Ghost here. Trying to lift up the High Templar once again. What a crazy bit of micro we just saw. And I put the the income tab over it. I am sorry, guys. Anyway, jeez Louise. Okay, okay. There we go. We got to see it. Actually, Mana getting on top there again a couple of times. Oh, nice interception there with the Blink Stalkers as well. Trying to follow everything that's happening, but both these players sending quite a lot of harassments here across the map. Look at this. Oops. This is crazy. I would love for him to get the War Prism speed as well, and he's actually doing it. He's actually doing just that thing. He's getting quite a lot of work done with that War Prism, so might as well invest into it a little bit more so. A Zealot still here, waiting potentially for that base to get constructed on the 3 o'clock location. A single Marine with a dream, wanting to take out that, that War Prism. The 2 Zealots crushing his aspiration. Sol taking a good amount of bases, but Mana hot on his heel as well, creating his own 5th base here. Now normally you see Protoss getting those full, well, +1 bases a little bit ahead of the Terran overall. And then the Terran trying to deny those bases, so for Sol to have these bases being constructed earlier kind of puts Mana on the back foot, and he himself might want to consider trying to attempt getting a couple of bases kills here and there. It looks like he is going to attempt to do, well, maybe not base kills, but definitely worker line kills here. As we are waiting for a big engagement to take place here. It looks like disruptor shots are going to be pretty good. Oh my god, those storms on the bridge. Killing most of the army for Sol here. The Zealots also still managing to do quite a bit. Unfortunately, fighting in a Liberator zone here. Alright, trying to move out of it right now, but yeah, they're still gonna get cleaned up quite nicely. Liberator zones did get moved out here. More disruptors on the bottom side. Wants to take out those Liberators as quickly as possible. Oh my god, he's taking too much damage from these Liberators. Engaging in an area where maybe he didn't have too much to look for. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced that he was forced to fight over, well, trying to get across the bridge there. As Mana fighting his way back into this game still. The Liberator count is quite scary indeed. As the biggest tool in the arsenal for Sol right now. He needs to have a good fight once again with those Liberators. Beautiful EMPs right on top of most of the army forces. The Liberators wailing away at those forces. The Disruptors not being able to do too much. Sol looking to take the game right here, right now. Stimming forwards. Gonna take this base out convincingly. More Storm is available. Gonna attempt his best to try and take those down. But Liberator zones forcing the army away once again. And Mana, it looks like he might be on the back foot once again. 120 supply versus 192. I think Mana may have lost this one, guys. And Sol finally... Oh my god, those disruptor shots though doing quite a bit of damage. But I don't think it will be enough unless if that connects, and it doesn't. Second attempt though. That's pretty big, but reinforcements coming in. I think it's just barely enough here for Sol to really make Mana feel the incredible hurt. 21 workers going down, and that is it. GG is called. What a game indeed. That means Sol is gonna move on to the finals, and we will be fighting in the US Central server, where Sol is gonna be fighting off against Parting. It's gonna be quite difficult, of course, with the overall latency problems for both these players, but let's try to make my name true again, the flash of the lobbies. Anyway. Alright, I mean, that was quite something else. Let's hope that the finals will be as epic as those games were just now. I mean, Sol, he got in such a dominating lead there in the early parts, but almost threw it, almost like he had the game in his grasp, and it almost slipped out like little sand slipping through his fingers. Fine sand. Very unfortunate, but that means that, yeah, Sol versus Parting will be our finals, guys. The incredible display of force there in the end was just barely enough to make his way through. And we're going to be watching, well, I suppose, I really hope, you know what, this has been kind of the period of the foreigners, right? So maybe this Polish Terran player might be able to beat the Korean Protoss here. Parting, not the greatest Protoss overall, am I right? I don't want to offend, of course, but I'd say definitely there's some better ones out there, I'd say. Maybe he's really good at being aggressive, right? And his micro is pretty spot on. The games that we did see from Parting against Cure, Man, he was really on spot, keeping those Hellions out of his base. That was absolutely miraculous micro that he did display right there. Anyway, next, final, best of 5 will be Soul versus Bart. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting, guys. I'm ready to go. It's these players. They're just not as quick at vetoing maps as I am at joining lobbies, which is taking them ages. Absolutely horrible. But we'll have to march on through. What's up, Baxter? What's up, Canuck? Sushi's here as well. Sushi said this is the biggest throws he's seen in a while, in a long while, actually. But, I mean, you got to see 2 in a row, I suppose. There a little bit. A little bit. I mean, yeah. I think it really does come down to Mana overcommitting to going into those Liberator zones. Like, they were set up really nicely. And you saw, like, how tiny the Terran army was there in the end. Oh, thank you, Batisti. Batisti, thank you for the compliments. I appreciate it. But yeah, you definitely saw Mana there. Like, I swear, if he didn't commit to those little tiny bridges, I can kind of get why he would, right? Because it's so incredibly difficult. Because you can't really go across the bridge. But then again, you need to have your units split up, right? Because it is a location where Soul can either go to the left, or kind of the bottom left, go into that 5th base location, or cross the bridge into the 4th base location. So you're already kind of split apart there, pulled apart, and then it can be very quick. All of a sudden, where Soul just does push into one of these sides where he takes out half the army. So I can kind of see why Mana, I forgot his name for a moment there. Mana actually did feel pressure to try and take out that location, and the Liberators were in siege there for a moment, but ah well. Anyway, where's Parting? We're waiting for Parting, I believe. I don't know where Parting is. Let's hope he didn't fall asleep. It could be. I believe it's like 4 AM for him right now. I don't know what kind of games we're still waiting for him to deliver here, when it is in fact 4 AM for him. But let's hope he delivers them with severe care and beautiful display of strength. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's still awake. He's saying hi, so it looks okay. Hi, sugar bears. That's his catchphrase. Somehow, some way. Anyway, okay, guys, they are doing the Fidos. Let me show you guys one more time, actually, before we hop on into the best of 5. That there is, in fact, an amazing tournament coming up, and there's a lot of players that sign up. There's not much else I can say about it. Just kind of watch this video, guys. It's, you know what, we don't have much else to do anyway, so see what type of amazingness is coming your way at Christmas time. I mean, it is quite something else. Go and have a look at this one. Mr. Video, please load. Mr. Video, get your act together, Mr. Video. Come on. There he is. I wish we could pause on this screen. I really would like to see. I see Puck, I see Sue, I see, like, there's so many pro players there. It's gonna be really difficult. It's kind of like an NA versus Korean type of thing, right? So for the EU people, it might be a little bit difficult to catch all the matches live, but which is a bit of a heartache for me. But oh well. If you're not from the EU time zone, then you're in luck. You're in a lot of luck, because that's going to be absolutely amazing, and you're going to have a good time with that one. Anyway, I'm sure they're doing the Fido still. No, he's watching your stream. Who's watching my stream? What did I say 2 minutes ago? The Flash? Oh, parting. Oh. Oh, he's actually watching my stream? Really? Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's why it was late with 2 minutes. I see now. Okay. I mean, it's pretty smart of him, right? He was, he's a Protoss too, and he has to play against his opponent now who was playing against Protoss, so he kind of saw what Salt likes to do. He realizes that it's a lot of Hellions. I'm glad I figured that one out. You might actually say something about it, and then when I was trying to figure it out, and then later on you'll see how smart I actually was having it figured it out in those 2 minutes. Just in the nick of time. It's like I'm on the clock for figuring things out here. There's a timer, little tiny brain puzzles coming at me every time. Anyway, okay. First is Eternal. Second is Simayulukulu. 3 is Nightshade. Who will host? Actually, 4 is Ephemeron. 5 is Tryon. Triton. Wait, where am I typing? I'm here, typing here. Okay, who hosts? Let me double check if the region is set. Alright. Central. Alright, yep. I'm on it. I'm doing it. I'm doing the things. Eternal Empire. People are loving Eternal Empire, apparently. Let me get these people in here. Parting and Soul first, of course. And then we get all these other players. Or, well, I guess we should say casters. This is how I am the Flash, after all. Does Kozen sleep or cast all day and night? Well, I have a secret source that's that keeps me up, and it's called StarCraft. It's called StarCraft, and that's what keeps me awake at night. I should use my lobby link, actually. I made myself a spectator too. I'm not that into it. Alright, looks like everyone's ready. Good luck, have fun. Man, I'm excited for this one. Parting versus Soul, guys, come on. How epic is this? Parting is sleeping? No. Maybe it was something else you were referring to. Anyway, I don't think that Parting is sleeping because he's talking to me right now, in-game. Asking me to host maps and start the game too. Press the start button. That's his greatest wish right now. Is parting his names, actually his clan names are quite funny on the other servers. One of them was I don't know if I'm allowed to say this actually on this stream, but anyway, we're gonna go into this game. It was quite funny. I'll just let you know that it was funny, and then I'll leave out the rest that was actually the funny bits. In the top right, we have a blue Terran player hailing from Poland. He is Soul. Beating back Mana there in the previous best of 3, just barely though. And now he's facing off against a Korean of massive power levels. Let's throw in some Dragon Ball Z terms in there as well. It is the red Protoss. He is parting. The Dragon Phoenix Gaming parting. Yeah, and Soulfall makers, of course. Oh, as he is on the US surface, he is actually playing for Team Clown. Yep, it's playing for Team Clown here. Okay, here we go. That's a little Probesy. Hello, Mr. Proby. Where are you going off to? I'm going to the Terran base. Alright. I wish you the best of luck. He's going to attempt to get the scout going. The barracks is going to, of course, make that lovely Reaper, most likely. Although, actually, we saw him make a Marine a couple of times now, haven't we? A couple of times in a row, foregoing entirely the Reaper. But this is a pretty good Reaper map overall. That's quite a nice area where you can jump into. So, yeah, there we go. Does go for the Reaper. You see, if you call both things that could occur, then you're never wrong. You're never wrong at all. I guess the other thing, oh my god, Sol trying to make the... Is he really putting it this far away from the actual location? And now he's gonna have to wait anyway, right? This SCV in quite a bit of trouble, having to run out, making a second supply depot. And again, I mean, alright, now the probe does have to run away, but man, that is quite something. I mean, it's a tiny little bit, right? It's not too much of a hassle, but still... Getting a block and then also getting the force moving away from that command center. It's quite a distance. Forcing the SCV to stop making it for a while. I mean, if we look at these two bases being constructed here, that's quite a difference for both these guys. Reaper attempting to gain some insight as to what the parting over here is doing. Going up in the base. Oh yeah, that's not a block actually. There's still an area that you can go into. As I said, it's a pretty good map for... Oh my god, that Reaper. Oh, no way he gets out. Oh my god. That is quite something else. But unfortunately for him, he's going to have a hard time finding any technology in parting space because it is being constructed here in a 12 o'clock location. But, I mean, he's still alive. He still has a chance to really figure something out here. Who knows? He might. Stalker, though, on his... Hold on his wheels. Ooh, coming in. Alright. And he survives again. Again, 1 HP. What in the world? Oh my god, that probe. The probe. The hero probe. Oh, he dies though, unfortunately. It's still a hero probe in my book. That was the bravest probe I've seen in a while. So yeah, that Reaper not really finding anything here. And I must make him give a little bit of a warning sign, right? He does put down a couple of, well, at least one Widow Mine. Are there any else? No. No, there's not. Okay, some Marines. Oh, there is actually a second Widow Mine. That's crazy. It just spawned as I was tabbing between the tabs. I should have just looked at the production tab. It's the best tab in the world after all. Anyway. So enough Marines here at the natural to really help anything coming through. This one Widow Mine, I think that it might be spotted here by parting. Actually, no, it isn't. Immediately being killed off. Only one worker getting killed here. And now there's a Viking there as well. That is quite devastating for parting. And immediately going for the Phoenixes afterwards. So no more oracles whatsoever. Gateways being thrown down to accompany that Nexus here. So we're waiting to see what his next move will be. A third base. Third base on the way. And, yeah, quite a bit behind, of course, parting, as is the way of the Terran. Might want to still attempt some sort of a push off of the two base, but he only has the single barracks. And, you know what? People call this 1-1-1, Coast, and I can just call this 1-1-1. And I don't have to mention much else about the other barracks here being absent. Alright, there's the two other barracks. As Sol is attempting to go for a Widow Mine drop. Sol, I mean, so far, pretty solid start. Would love to see him get a little bit of damage here done as well with those Widow Mines. Would definitely bring him into an even more dominant position. Of course, the Phoenixes, though, are out on the map. Where are they? They're on the wrong side of the field. And that Widow Mine drop is looking more and more dangerous because of this. Oh, Phoenixes attempting. You know what? Gonna take out a Viking. Not too bad. Could land the Viking maybe to force some energy out of those Phoenixes, but not going for it. If it is parting, still paying attention to his main base. Not really any reaction. That's gonna be too late. Massive damage being taken here. 14 probes going down. Immediately recalling, realizing his mistake. Only a single Phoenix actually being recalled. Another tiny bit of a mistake. Potentially a little bit of the latency there. But definitely not with the probes, though. That was an absolute blunder on Parting's part. Not seeing anything happening there on the minimap, unfortunately. And Well, beautifully played that by Saul, managing to kill 14 workers in one foul swoop, even losing the medevac and the Widow Mines here. Not as crucial anymore, especially when you're fighting against Phoenixes. Like, Phoenixes really are the tool that you expect to kind of hold off against any type of those Widow Mines, right? I mean, they're very quick. They are capable of intercepting the medevac already, and then even if the Widow Mines land, you can just lift them up, right? So they are the ultimate tool in a way against those Widow Mines, and they don't do that well against big balls of bio. So you kind of want to have those Phoenixes. Their job really is to help defend against anything coming into your base. And you know what, Parting is going to have to do quite a bit of damage here with the Phoenixes instead now to still tie up this this overall stance of where these two players are at in the game. And the Stargate is still well, not producing actually, it's just sitting there. Let's take a look at the production tab. That would be a nice tab to look at. Alright. Drilling claws on the way. I mean, yeah, if you're that successful with the Widow Mines, you might as well keep making them. As Parting is just flying around with those Phoenixes, attempting to intercept pretty much anything here. Having a single Zealot now on this area as well. Might give him a little bit of a buffer time trying to prep for other Widow Mine drops, potentially. Single pylon coming down as well. Saul looks like he just wants to be defensive from now on, at least for a little while. Parting definitely managed to climb up back in that supply. 72 army supply versus 47. Saul though with the, well, slight lead in workers. You have to remember that a lot of the army supply, of course, is within these Phoenixes. Potentially units that can become paperweights very quickly if Saul adjusts his army composition here. And you know what, Widow Mines do good against it, Marines do good against it. And I'm kind of glad that Parting stopped making more Phoenixes at this moment in time. He's making Colossus instead. But yeah, extended thermal lens nowhere near completed yet. So that's going to take a long time before he's really ready to fight against those Marines. But then again, I think he's okay. I don't think Saul is ever going to be moving across the map anytime soon here. Ah, that actually hurt him. Alright, so I guess that's the Widow Mine drop, eh? Ah, the Phoenix is getting caught out here a little bit. A base being killed off. No cancel there. No cancel on the missile turret either. In comes another drop though with more Widow Mines. They do have drilling claws. All 4 of them burrowing right here. Right now. And that is 12 more probes going down. There's nothing here that shoots up either. Stalkers attempting to be warped in. But unfortunately it looks like those were slow warp-ins. Were they slow warp-ins? I'm not completely sure actually. Drilling claws hiding those Widow Mines very well though. The rest of the army is moving out now. At least a lot of the bio forces are. That's a lot of Marines. Might be able to trade all right against the Zealots, but he's just running away. The Zealots, look at how quick they are. This bio ball isn't really going to get a chance to escape anymore, even though it's stimming away as much as possible. The Widow Mines need to get into good positions against this ball of Zealots right now. He's actually sniping the Zealots. What in the world? You don't see that every day. I guess, I mean, if that's the tools of your arsenal, you need to make use of it. Siege tank's in a pretty good position too. Wants to take out the Phoenixes, but the Phoenixes flying over the bioforces, setting off all the Widow Mines, killing absolutely everything Terran underneath. And I think that's going to be it, actually. Parting finding a way to climb back into this one. And yeah, Saul, apparently, you know what? You don't want to put all your Widow Mines in one basket, so that isn't going to work out, apparently. I mean, Saul attempting to take out the Colossi here. One of them does fall. A single Colossus remaining, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. The Widow Mines this time around. Okay, those are good connections, but still a lot of damage being dealt. Oh, actually, those Widow Mines have been sitting there for quite a while now. Saul does hold on, but he's taken 31 worker losses here. And having to cancel that 4th base as well, as Saul has his setup. He did go for another Widow Mine drop here. And did get some damage dealt, but he's losing still absolutely everything here. All the Widow Mines now gone, rid from the field, and I think, you know what, it still might very well be GG right here, right now. As Sol is attempting one final push against this army. Needs a miracle though to make this still work out in his favor. I don't really see an option for him. Manamuling himself as well. GG is called. Alright, here we go. Barting taking the lead. First of all, let's take a look at what the next map was again. I believe it was Simulumulukuru. And let's take a look. Simulukuru. Yeah, it was. Alright, so let's host that one. Choop, choop. Choop, choop. Let me double check if we are still on the right region. Yes, we are. That is lovely. Alright. 4 and then lobby link. Alright, let's get everybody in. Where did Parting go? Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong lobby. There he is. Invite again. Okay. Let's get these guys in here. There he is. Alright. Next game will be on Simulukuru. Simulacrum 1. Sol send me 1. I don't know what he means with 1. Maybe like 1 minute, 1 second, 1 moment. Ah, okay, I think it was 1 moment. Alright, both players are ready. Good luck, good luck. Have fun to both of them. Big brain. Yeah, that was a big brain, wasn't it? Oh my god, he noticed all those Widow Mines in one location. He's like, alright, Phoenixes, I don't need you anymore. Just go. Just go in and kill everything. I mean, people doing that with hallucinated Phoenixes, it's like one-upping it one step further. But, I mean, just using your own Phoenixes to destroy your opponent like that, that's just brutal, man. That is just absolutely brutal. Anyway, when are we going to fix this intermission thingamajig? I don't know. Just ask me some other time. If we reboot the stream, I'm sure it will be fixed. But, you know what? We're not going to be doing that right now. We're just watching these games. In the top left side of the map, we have the Polish Terran player. He's blue. And he's from Team Makers. He is Sol. His opponent in the bottom right side. He is from Team Dragon Phoenix Gaming, I believe. Or was it Phoenix Dragon Gaming? No, I'm pretty sure it was Dragon Phoenix Gaming. He is the red Protoss. He's Parting. Partingaru. And, wow. This is looking quite aggressive. First of all, not in a vocal way, but potentially just in an overall, I put my stuff right next to your base kind of way. Some might call it passive aggressive. Oh my god, he's gonna get the SUV. Oh, go get him, boy. Oh no, he didn't. Unlucky. Big boy Parting being quite naughty here. Just pretending like he's doing regular stuff, wanting to block the expansion here. I mean, it would work out in his benefit actually. This Nexus or the command center coming up, right? It would help him out if this actually gets placed. And he's still pretending to be like, no, I don't want you to put it down that quickly. I want to have the advantage here. And actually, no, this is... I thought this was going to be more all-in than it actually is going to be. It's just one single Zealot. It still might be quite a bit of early game damage. Oh my god, the Marine. Did the Marine actually... Oh no. Look at that range. That is such a small range. How? Oh, that was so lucky. I mean, Parting's still going unscouted here. He put down a Nexus himself. Maybe just to try and fool Sol here into believing that it's just a regular game. I'm making a Nexus here. Look at me. Or maybe just as a follow-up, because it is of course just a single gateway. And he's gonna get a cancel here on this first base of Saul, putting it on the low ground without going for a scout himself. And yeah, I mean the Marines are coming out, a lot of SCVs are being pulled here as well, but I mean he's gonna take quite a bit of damage right now. Two Zealots being right on top of it. They get into the main base as well. The Stalker trying to kill off the bunker, creating SCV here. He does manage to do that. 4 SCVs already going down, and you know what? Parting realizes I might not be able to kill off his entire worker line, so I'm just going to make sure that this base does get cancelled here. And just being able to do that. Oh my god, that micro on the Zealot as well. There it is, the cancel being forced out. Oh no, it's a big hit on the Widowmine though. Parting in a little bit of trouble now. I say trouble. He's doing absolutely perfectly fine, but he won't be able to put on any more aggression here, of course. That being said, I'm not sure if he really has to, right? I mean, 29 workers versus 21. The Nexus already done, already mining, and so you know what? It's not as good looking for him. Not as great of a situation this time around for him. Might still be able to get some damage done with a drop, but other than that, this is going to be difficult. I might want to see him attempt, like, I don't know, either a 2 base all in or even a really quick 3rd command center, something like that, to try and get himself back into this, because this is quite a lot of damage to be taking against a, you know what, a really tough opponent like Parting here. Okay, I ran out of things to say there for a moment, but you know what, we can keep going. There's a Blink upgrade on the way, robotics facility as well. Viking already being constructed. The Widowmine in a pretty reasonable position to kind of force these Stalkers to kind of awkwardly rotate here. But yeah, as soon as Blink is done, of course, Parting will be able to start abusing that as much as he wants to. Put even more hurt on Saul, his forces. But there's a nice siege tank in position. As long as the Marines are gonna be in the right position, he will be able to force Parting backwards here. He has a quick warp in too. How many gateways does Parting have? He only has 3, so definitely feels like he should try to retreat here. Even though there's no stimpak whatsoever yet, these Marines with the Viking and the siege tank still more than enough to really force these Stalkers backwards. Using an hallucinated Phoenix right now to get himself access into the main base though, using the Blink as well. There he goes, jumping forward, getting even more damage dealt. That reactor is gonna go down. What else is gonna target? Is he gonna... Actually, he's trying to kill off the barracks? No, okay, he's coming forward. A little bit of missed micro opportunity. I'm not sure what else was going on. Maybe he's just seeing that the rest of the army is just marching across the map now. Yep, alright. So he's going for it. He doesn't want this to go on any much longer. His army supply 31 versus 29, but Saul is gonna walk into a wall of shield batteries. A Immortal is there. The Stalkers forcing the siege tanks to be sieged up a little bit further away. A nice recall was used as well, bringing back all the Stalkers from that main base of Saul. And yeah, that's not going to be able to be broken here. Stalkers are jumping right on top of the siege tank, moving backwards away from those Marines. Lovely micro being used here by Parting, and just absolutely demolishing this push here as is Parting. And that's going to be it, guys. We're going to be moving on to game number 3 pretty soon here, I feel. As Saul is just digesting this loss right here. It's a pretty rough one to take, I suppose. Well, it's really small micro things, right? Small things that went wrong. He didn't go for the SCV scouts, and GG is called. Not going for the SCV scout there might be one of those indicators where Saul feels like he doesn't have a good chance against this this Korean Protoss player, right? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, that he feels like he has to take every tiny advantage that he might be able to squeeze out, right? So not going for the scout, not going for anything else, really. Anyway, here we go. There is the lobby link for everybody to enjoy. Got Parting in here, got Saul in here too. Nightshade will be our next battleground. Potentially the last one for tonight, actually. It would be a bit of a shame if Parting just takes the 3-0, of course. But you know what, he is Parting after all. He's quite capable of doing just that. Let me make the lobby link again. I'm not sure if everyone was there. Yeah, I will. Don't worry, Kashim, I will invite all the casters. Sending the lobby link multiple times as well. Took them a while to leave, you know, and leave the other one. They're not the Flash, are they? Alright, I think everyone is here. Looks like it. Parting is saying good luck, have fun. Soul says go as well. Alright, let's put this on nothing and this on like this. Alright. Good luck. Oh, I'm typoed. Lobby, quickly. I want to wish them good luck, have fun. There we go. I did it. That might be the flash of typing as well. Or correcting typos. Anyway, alright, game number 3 already on the way. A match point for Parting here. Can he just take the clean sweep against his foreign opponent in his best of 5 series? Anyway, oh, that's the wrong person. I just gave points. In the bottom right side, we have the Korean Red Protoss. He's known as Parting, fighting for Dragon Phoenix Gaming. And in the top left, we have a blue Terran player for Team Makers. I believe it's Team Makers, right? Or is it Makers Team? I don't know exactly, but yeah, pretty sure it's Team Makers. Anyway, it's the blue Terran from Poland. Fighting for his life right now. Can he make the biggest comeback of, well, tonight that we have seen? He is Soul. And, well, I mean, you cheese me, I cheese you. Tit for tat. Looks like it's just going to be the single barracks though, so not a full committal. Much like the singular gateway that we were seeing just earlier on as well. Oh, actually, thought for a moment there the SCV was being idle. But not the case, in fact. And going for the double gas here as well. So very early on with that gas. Might want to try to do some sort of a follow-up out of this, well, proxy barracks as well with the Reaper. We're going to have to wait and see. Might attempt to do a 1-1-1 outside of the base of Parting. I've seen that before. Did I see that doing that again? I think it was Innovation, right? On the... Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? It was Wednesday, wasn't it? Was it today? I don't know. I've done too much casting recently. Anyway, Reaper will be moving in pretty soon. The Adapt, as we can see, still a little bit further away from finishing. The bunker is getting constructed here. I'm kind of interested in seeing how this is going to work. Maybe the bunker is just there to lure some probes out of position. As, you know what, the bunker... Yeah, it's about to finish up here. Ooh, it's going to get close. No, it's not going to finish. Never mind. Slamming him down. Crushing dreams here, using the Adapt. Parting now marching out with already 2 worker losses, 3 worker losses. Might lose another one here. Shouldn't lose the Reaper though, does he? Oh my god, yes he will. Yes he will. 3 workers being killed here. But the Reaper also being lost. So there goes the scouting capabilities of Soul as well out the window. And overall, as Parting, I wouldn't be too afraid of this movement. He did invest into a shield battery as well, though. But I feel like, you know what, Parting might be of a high enough caliber to kind of bounce back from those tiny losses at the start. Even though 3 works at this early in the game, right? It is as big as it gets, pretty much. But I don't know. I still feel like Parting might be able to make something work here, just because he is across the map now. More barracks being constructed, delaying the Stargate, but luckily for him, there is a Cyclone just out in the nick of time. Nice use of that supply depot there. Parting not managing to get on top of it in time, so... Oh, actually, the Cyclone... Oh my god, luckily for him, not both stocks could shoot there. Needs to stay on top of his micro here. Needs to repair the Cyclone too. Keep those stocks at a distance again. Oh, beautiful. Well, good micro from Parting, I suppose. Not allowing the Cyclone to really get anything done here. And 3 workers getting killed off for Sol as well. Again, tit for tat, and Parting making it work. A lot of missed mining time there as well. Look at that. That is a crazy amount going into favor for Parting here. 750 minerals income advantage with having this second base saturated here as well. Absolutely crazy amounts of damage being taken there by Sol now. Even though he started out alright with the 3 worker kills. Proxy 111 lost you the ace match of the last season of JSL in the round of 8. Oh, I'm sorry, Canuck. I'm sorry to bring bad memories. Anyway. Yeah, I don't think it's a great build either, to be honest. Wait, was it? Maybe it was Cure versus Trap, actually, that I saw that in. Maybe it was Cure doing that. Yeah, it sounds more like I think Cure would do instead of Innovation. But I might be wrong, who knows. Maybe Sushi still knows. We talked about it afterwards. I don't know if Sushi's still here, anyway. Parting looking to be a little bit aggressive here with the use of a War Prism. Behind this, he did get himself the Twilight Council as well, ready in production. But yeah, Parting actually stopped making probes here for a while. He has 5 gateways and a robo, so yeah, this is going to be a big attack actually. Realizing he's dealt quite a bit of damage. Gonna try to assert his dominance, and this is the worst time for Sol to attempt to move out. The Siege Tanks actually, you know what? Buying himself a little bit of time with those force fields. The force fields catching quite a couple of the Marines, right? But also allowing those Siege Tanks to siege up. But, oh my god. Sol, he doesn't care. He's still going forward. I don't think he realizes how much of a committal this is from Parting as well. I'm not sure if he had to commit to this and just could try to just absorb this attack from Parting here, but he's going for it. He's trying to cross the map. Oh, it feels so scary. Parting just with every shot. I mean, he did lose a Zealot there, but I mean, those thugs and the Immortal doing quite a lot of work here on those Marines. Still coming forward, killing off the War Prism. More Protoss units coming in though now, moving backwards of course. As soon as those Siege Tanks siege up, I think, you know what, Parting is making all the right moves to buy himself as much time as possible. But those Siege Tanks, there's still 4 of them. The Immortals never really gotten on top of it. And the Marine count still looking quite dangerous as well. Are we seeing more boys being pulled here, potentially? Actually, let's take a look. Yeah, there's a couple more SCVs being pulled here to help assert some sort of a, well, a field of protection for his Marines and Siege Tanks. As Sol is just absolutely going for it. A Dark Shrine between all of this. A Dark Shrine being created here by Parting. If anything else fails, he might still be able to use those Dark Templar. Of course, as a Terran player, you, after sending this many workers out on the field, you're using those, well, I guess scans right now as well, but you want to use mules to kind of keep something of an economy going as well. And there are the Dark Templar, 3 of them getting right on top of all the Siege Tanks here, targeting those down. The Immortals as well helping out quite a bit, and yeah, that is gonna be it. It looks like GG will have to be called here. Sol losing the final game and Parting taking home the victory of this tournament. What a series, guys. An incredible display of dominance there by Parting, just absolutely destroying Sol, honestly. A little bit unfortunate, but very well played there by Parting indeed. GG's all around. Thank you so much for Kashim and Cynical Death, of course, for helping us out with the Liquipedia stuff that we always need, and helping us get some amazing games in here today as well with the tournaments. I very much appreciate that I got the chance of casting this. I hope you all enjoyed it as well. Unfortunately, this does indicate that this is the final moment of the stream, guys. All I want to say one more time, guys, we have an amazing upcoming 1,500 overall prize pool Christmas tournament coming up. That's going to range from the 16th to 22nd of December, and it's going to be featuring the top Korean players as well as the top NA pros, such as Innovation Zest, Zoo, TY, Scarlet, and Special. You know what, I'm just gonna roll the video because it's been made really nice, and then afterwards we'll try to find something to host in the meantime as well. So yeah, I'll be right back. A incredible stacked up lineup indeed. I'm a little bit slow with hosting people. That's maybe the thing I'm the worst at, to be fair. Let's see if somebody else from Team Alpha X is online right now that deserves a nice little host. Oh my dear lord, other streams, go away. We don't want you right here. Right, yeah, it always takes me a little bit doing this stuff because I have to open up another browser to really get this rolling. Anyway, was Parting versus Cure casted here? Yeah, it was. It was. We casted pretty much all the games of Cure. Unfortunately, we didn't get to cast all the games of Parting. You're off to watch the VOD. Alright, see you later, buddy. Let's see. Please tell me we have someone to host. I'm gonna have a look around on the following tab. Maybe there's somebody that I can see immediately, which would be nice. I think Miguel was streaming earlier, but yes, what should we do? Alpha X SC2, that is me. Oh, Chris is live. Yeah, we could throw it to Chris. You know what? Let's hope he's in a good mood. It's a nice little Zerg player. We haven't seen pretty much any Zerg so far, so I'm sure we have most of the Zerg viewers right now with us anyway, right? Maybe that's not the best call, but you know what? Screw it. Let's make his day. Let's make his day. Raid channel. Dojo. Gamer TV. There we go. There we go. Alright. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good one. We're going to be heading out. And, yeah. See you all later. Bye-bye. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the raid to go live. Alright. Bye-bye. Actually, the video suit finished too. And there we go. Okay, and I should stop.